Hello, everyone. Welcome to the WAAV podcast. I'm your host, GIZZMO. I'm here with my co-host, Random.
It's a me.
And we've got two guests with us. We've got Mitchell. He's been laughing.
He's dying. He's actually dying.
As soon as we hit record, he started sweating.
Started dying.
It's fine. I'm fine.
Restart again.
No, we don't. We just keep going. Keep going.
All right, and we're also here with our friend Marcus.
Yeah, I can talk now.
Yeah.
Woo!
So, we have done a bunch of podcasts before in the past, but this will probably be our first official WAAV podcast going live, and will be released.
I don't like my pop filters.
This will be our first podcast that will go live around the. We'll say the middle of the next week. So
I don't know when it's gonna go out. I'm going to the channel that this is going on used to be Random Cast, but I'm going to unlist all of the previous episodes and restart it again.
That was hot. So it's currently Sunday, the 13th of October, and we are currently in Melbourne.
Yeah, the boys.
So Mitchell lives in Victoria, but for Marcus, John, and I, we all live in Brisbane. So we're down here for PAX, which we will get into very shortly.
Yeah, this is about our PAX trip and
Yes.
the 4 days we just fucking spent here.
Oh,
just wasted.
it's been an absolute pleasure. Mate, turn your fucking phone.
Fuck you!
Good boy.
Throws it on the bed.
So
It's not even my bed.
all right.
No, it's mine, so I don't want to sleep with your phone.
No, I don't want you to either. You might see something nice.
Yeah, we don't want that.
All right, so I guess we'll start because if we're gonna start with WAAV, I'll start with why we call ourselves WAAV. Now, you may be wondering what the hell does WAAV stand for? WAAV. A while ago on Steam, Mitchell and John and I were playing a bunch of CS games, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna change my name to an adult virgin just because of the meme.
I mean, 4 female Ghostbusters? The feminists are taking over. I'm an adult virgin.
Now,
Mess, mate.
at the time, I thought it was hilarious, and it was a bunch of fun, and I got a big response from that. Everyone was like, "Oh,
really
you
laughed.
adult virgin, ha ha ha, funny." And I decided to make a little Steam group and a little, I guess you could call it a clan,
it's a
and
clan.
with the abbreviation of it,
Yeah.
it was WAV.
Whatever.
And
Repeating.
I'm sorry.
And
you,
so,
Izeko?
WAV has been a thing for almost a year now, and we decided recently, because we were originally going to go with Random Cast because we would talk about random stuff, and John
Because I was the one doing everything. And so I
But
thought,
we thought
Yeah, YTB.
WAV would be a funny thing to go off of, because it's just what we do. It's not what we do. It's just
yes, we go around
we are.
being adult virgins.
it's just
Well, I mean, John might.
it's.
Been a professional virgin for the last 19 years.
But it's just a fun thing between our little group. We like to call ourselves WAV just because it's just a funny little thing that is just there. So we've been a little group for about a year now. There's a few other of us on my Discord. John, put it in the description, please.
Yeah, link the
I'm
Discord,
going to link
bitch.
my Discord.
Fuck
You
your
should-
Discord.
There will
it's
be
dead.
No one uses your Discord.
Because they all migrated to Bailey's.
there'll be 2 Discords in the description. One will be mine and one will be Random's.
go
So
to
feel
John's
free to
and
jump
move to
in,
Bailey.
send a message if you really want. It's up to you guys. I don't really care.
It's kind of been funny. We get a lot of random people joining your server.
Yeah.
I've noticed
I
that
don't know
lately.
who
I
or how
know a lot
people
of them.
you invited them.
I invite a lot of
Okay.
people.
Why?
So I've
Because
noticed.
I'll be
Because
playing CS and they'll be like, what's your Discord? I'll be like, oh.
You don't have a
Friends?
Discord.
So, I've noticed a lot of people have joined. But anyway, so we've been talking for ages now, and we decided PAX is coming up. Let's go to PAX. And well, here we are in Melbourne.
And here we are,
Almost
2 hours
$1,000
later,
later.
in a different town, surrounded by people.
Yeah. So we went to a
City,
convention
same
for introverts.
Yeah, the boys.
And
Yeah,
that was
it was
fun.
bull.
All right, so Mitchell, start with your trip. How did you
My
get
trip?
to Melbourne? Like,
well,
don't say where you're from or anything, but just tell us.
fucking
What's your address?
my address. Do you want me to say it? I will say it live.
No.
Me nan came, picked me up from me house. Funny, from my house, and we went, got on a train, took a train from
From his place.
Somewhere.
from somewhere
sea.
to Melbourne. Then I
secure
waited
location
at
in the Middle East.
Southern Cross for like
4 hours?
solid 4 hours.
You waited
yeah.
4 hours at Southern Cross?
pretty
for us?
much. I got off
Oh.
the train at 12.
No. We
It'd have
got
been like
no.
you got to Southern Cross
was
at
talking
3.
I was talking about the train station itself, like the train ride. Like the
Oh,
I was on that 4 hours train ride. Is it 3 hours? Give or take.
Got on 9:30. Got
Oh
off
yeah, that's about 4
12.
hours.
Yeah, about 4 hours.
About 3-4 hours. So from our end, I recently moved, cause like we all live in Queensland, and we went to the same high school and everything, and a lot of stuff has happened for me in the past.
Fucking.
A lot of stuff has happened in the past 2 weeks, and I've recently moved from one end of Brisbane to the other. So I had John and Marcus come to mine, and we were originally planning on driving down, weren't we?
Yeah.
What a horrible idea.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Mitchell's just dying in the corner here again.
Yeah, I completely just cut you out then. I hope you.
I would like to issue a formal apology.
Well, I'm the
For-
host, so deal with it.
I was going to apologize
What are you
for
gonna
Mitchell's
do?
presence in the
Cry.
podcast.
So we flew. We organized
Where's
our
actually
plane
trying to-
our plane trip like 4 days before.
Yeah, we bought our
Thursday?
plane tickets 4 days before we got on the plane.
So
Because we were going to, our plan was Tuesday, we were going to drive 16 hours to Mitchell's,
and then
stay
chill
at
the
his
night.
place overnight, and then drive the 3 hours into the city.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the boys.
but
But then stuff came up, and we ended up having to fly instead.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I won't get into tonight because it's a lot of personal stuff. But if you like I said before,
Join the Discord.
join the
Link in
Discord.
description.
Find out for
I
yourself.
will if enough people join, I will explain what happened. But yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be like 3 people are going to watch this. So
Solid.
Well, we
yeah,
never-
1, 2, 3.
Hey, we might get famous. Like, John, you might get famous later down the
Wait,
line, or Bailey.
we never know because that video that we made and got how many views? Nearly 900.
I can check right now.
and
Someone asked me, they deleted their comment, but someone asked me to make the sequel. Like they were begging for the sequel. They deleted the comment though.
They deleted the comment.
Yeah.
But anyway,
got
so
hacked.
we
yeah,
booked
so
the-
909.
909. We reached 100. That's all.
We're
Awesome.
so close to 1,000.
So we
You're the most
we
famous piece of
organized the plane
rubbish.
tickets about 4 days before we caught the plane, and come Thursday morning, we woke up at pretty early, and we jumped on a plane, and next thing we know, we're in Melbourne, and so this is the first any of us have been so far, which was astounding, and
Well, this is the furthest I think we've been like
three.
without adults.
Oh,
yeah, well, because
Because like I've been all over the east coast of Queensland.
yeah,
Um,
I've been to Sydney multiple occasions, but
Been to Adelaide.
but that was with when I was young with my parent.
The only time I ever left the state was on business. And it wasn't the fun kind.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not even gonna.
But so we rocked up in Melbourne, and the plane wasn't actually too bad. We had pretty decent
It
service.
was the first time Marcus was on a plane.
Yes, Marcus, give us what you expected and what how you felt about it.
Well, I was let down when you told me it was like a roller coaster and ended up being nothing like a roller coaster.
Very flat roller coaster.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It goes up and then it goes down.
There were no loops whatsoever. I am thoroughly disappointed.
I'd be
sorry.
fucking terrified.
if I was on a plane and it did a loop-de-loop, I would shit myself.
I
So-
mean, I needed to pee towards the end, and as we were descending through the clouds, there's
Oh,
those zero G
yes.
moments. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, this
Like,
is
yeah,
not gonna
that,
end
that
well.
was fun. That was definitely fun.
I had to pee as well, and I was like, oh no, and so
I, on the other hand, had tons of fun just looking down on everyone.
But tell me, give us like what you thought about the flight. Like, what were your thoughts?
Well, there was quite a bit of turbulence on the way up, which I'm told is normal, like the plane shaking, and that was perhaps one of the most enjoyable parts of it. And yeah, as we were descending, that was also one of the cool moments too. The feeling of weightlessness that I got when the plane turned.
Turbulence.
No, not turbulence. Like the
No.
angle turns.
Yeah, when it
Wait, weightlessness or G?
the G's weightlessness. Both of them,
when
they
it
felt
turned on the
great.
angle-
They're two different things.
They're two different things, but they have the same
I
effect.
can't think of the
On
name
me.
of it.
Banking.
I like 'em.
Banking. That's it. When it
Yeah.
would bank and you'd feel the weight change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at.
Actually, it was more like going on a boat. But instead of being on sea level, I was like about a couple thousand Ks above it.
Is
Yeah.
it like 10,000 the
Yeah,
cruising height?
Yeah.
But so we landed, we got our stuff,
That's a couple.
and we jumped on a double-decker bus. Which
First time I was ever on a double decker
that
bus.
was the same with me.
Yeah, me too.
So we were all like,
Yeah, I got
What is
None of
this?
us have been to England.
Bailey.
I sent a Snapchat to nearly every friend on my Snapchat list, and I was like, "I'm on a double-decker bus, boys!" And like,
and
it
then,
was,
there was me getting excited when I saw an antenna on the train ride.
yeah. So we'll get to that in a minute, but we finally got into Southern Cross Station, and we're like, I've got this massive bag. All right, so I decided to pack a big, like, international level bag.
He
Yeah,
was
this
one
is
of
big
the super
brain time.
intelligent people.
Which was full of clothes, yes, but there was also a lot of place, like storage stuff, for stuff I bought. And when John and Marcus rocked up at mine, John had this itty bitty little pink.
Well, it was either the little itty bitty pink bag that fit all my stuff, or it was a massive bag the size of Bailey's. What I was going to do was I was seriously tempted to put my itty bitty bag inside of the bigger bag, because that's how we've been storing the bags, and then just taking that down. But I think that customs already had a fun time
Yeah.
checking my bags already. I really didn't want them to see a bag inside a bag.
Should we talk
They'd
about
only be
how
slightly
customs?
concerned.
I think we should talk about that. Yeah.
So we were
yeah.
going through the check-in at the airport, and
It went.
so I have a side bag.
Yeah, you had your.
Screen's there. So I had my side
So
bag
we
and I had
put-
my backpack.
we
My
put it-
backpack had
We put our bags in, and we went up to customs, and you had your side bag. Marcus had his one bag, which was a small duffel bag.
in my defense, this is the first time traveling for fun.
Yes, and I had my small carry-on bag. But John,
I had my camera, my side bag, and a backpack full of all of the recording equipment for this podcast and other camera equipment accessories.
3 guesses.
And
That's
so-
what that looked like.
So I put so inside this bag is 4 3-meter XLR cables, a bunch of microphones, a recorder, and just cables galore. And I stood there. I put my bag on the tray thing with my other bag and that. And I walk through and I stand there and I'm looking at the X-ray,
Yeah,
X-ray
yeah.
monitor. And there's this lady sitting there, and my bag comes across, and it's a rat's nest.
the lady.
It looks like barbed wire had just been stuffed into a bag.
on my opinion, because
I saw she froze for a good few seconds and then just immediately arms shot up for the guy to come and just like point it at the monitor.
I saw because I just got through the metal detector when your bag came through, and I saw the guy's eyes open up so wide I thought they were gonna pop out, and the lady was like,
she could not
Boom,
wait.
hand up.
She could not wait for that bag to come through so that she could open it up.
I thought she was sitting there like, this could be the last
Like-
thing I see. This rat's nest of a bag.
Like
and that could be-
her neck was almost inside the scanner waiting for the bag to come out.
And then when they finally got your bag open, they were like,
Oh, well, this
"Whew."
is boring.
oh, my head didn't get blown off this time. But
The fun thing is though, we have to
always tomorrow.
go through all that again.
I just spiked the mic. Sorry. I know, right? Like that's like it's not even gonna be the same lady. It's gonna be some random person. They're gonna. Be
I was
like,
about
"What
to say,
the
should I
hell?"
film it? But that would look more
Bailey,
sus.
Yeah.
Imagine me filming the
Oh,
lady
that-
getting the bag.
Hey, open up.
Open the bag.
You got waved down by the
Yeah.
guy.
So
So did you take the blame for it?
no. So okay. So if you ever travel or anything, you get those radiation tests. So like you get pulled aside at random, and they rub a thing across your shoulders, along your arms, down your legs, and across your chest and back. And what they do is they try and pick up any explosive or anything that could be used as like anything bad. And I've always seen my mum get pulled aside for this. And I was like, ha ha, they think you're a terrorist. And the first thing I thought was like...
I guess you look like your mum though.
I was like... the first thing that came to my mind was like, my mum was like, every comment I've got, you look like your mother. And I was like, so I look like a terrorist now, huh? Well then.
Yeah, he got pulled up.
So I got pulled aside. But, like, I thought, like, I had a good chat with the guy. He's like, oh, so where you off to? I'm like, oh, yeah, Melbourne, you know, just going down there. And he's like, oh, a lot of people going there. I'm like,
yeah, I wonder why.
Off to Melbourne to meet with a minor.
No, I came down here for the convention. Fuck you.
None of us wanted to see you. We all came for PAX.
So fuck you all. So throwback.
Came to meet losers.
Before we actually get into talking about PAX, I remember being in chat with John and Marcus and being like, yeah, we're going to PAX. And Mitch was in chat and was like, I'm going to buy a ticket now. And so I was like, whatever, all right. And then he actually sent me a photo being like, I bought it. And I was like,
oh, fuck.
Fuck.
You're actually coming.
Now I actually have to go back to Flight Center and be like, hey, so we booked a place for 3 people. Can you add another person to that? So
You're welcome.
Luckily, they
he could have slept in the bathtub, but
I was fully intending to sleep on the ground.
But so
I
we
just
got
slept at PAX.
you could have been friends with that guy on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Darth Vader or
Oh, you could have been friends with Base Vader.
Base Vader?
Really? We're going with what I
Base
called him?
Vader on Facebook.
Oh, that's what they actually. He had a sign.
Yeah,
at his
need
feet.
money for new Death Star. Yeah, the funny thing
No, there
is...
was another sign.
on it?
Yeah,
that's what
There's
one
one
sign
there
said,
was
yeah.
one at his feet as well.
Yeah,
like me on
it-
Facebook at Base Vader.
Yeah. So
Oh, he was actually called Base Vader. I just made
Yeah.
up that name.
no, he had.
Damn it.
Yeah. So we arrived Thursday, and because John, Marcus, and I have never been to Melbourne, and Mitch, you've been in the city once or twice.
I've been to Melbourne to go to court and like 2 other things. I've been here to go to court and go to hospital.
But so this was our first time as a group. Like this was the first time meeting Mitchell, which
There was a lot of first times on this trip.
there was
Yeah.
a lot of first times. So
You know what I mean.
to start up, we instantly walked to our apartment, which we won't name just because we don't want to get we walked to our apartment and we got the place and we put our stuff in and we're instantly like, let's go for a walk. So we went for a walk down back past Southern Cross. And we walked over to the convention center, didn't
we
we?
went to the convention.
And
we could-
John
we could-
wanted to check it out.
We could see the PAX logo up on the screen, and we walked inside, and they were setting up, and we were walking around like, there's a lot of people in vests. I don't think we should be here.
Yeah, there was a lot of cops and shit there.
So we kind of just waddled away, trying to. And
We did
Till the very
that day.
next
That
day.
was Thursday. We did this.
That was Thursday.
We did 24,000 steps.
yeah, so we did around 24,000 steps that day alone.
And my legs still hate me.
I'm actually all right.
I had shin splints.
Yeah, you gained shin splints over this weekend. So we went back to Southern Cross Station, and because
My
for
legs
us in Brisbane,
Pain gang.
so for us in Brisbane, if you want to use public transport, you use a go card. But down in Melbourne, you use a what card?
Mikey.
A Mikey card. And this, I was like, I
You
got
can't go anywhere in the city without a Mikey card.
So we went and spent.
Well, we
we
did
got a
pretty good.
Mikey card, which was $6, and then we put $10 on it just in case.
We all spent $16.
And it turns out we didn't even need the fucking Mikey card.
Yeah.
We were in a free tram zone, and we're just standing there like, fuck. We just
Here's the
wasted-
thing. We're in a free tram zone.
How
We
long does
never
that money
use the
last on it?
trams.
Yeah,
except for
forever.
like
I'm
one
pretty
or,
sure
once
that
or
it
twice.
doesn't expire.
We can come back next year and use it.
No, but the free tram zone is always free here, I think.
Yeah, no. If we decide to go out, we can.
But
Fuck, are we gonna go? We're all introverts.
We might go hang out with some
you
other
just spent most of
introverts.
the time sleeping.
Not even. He spent most of the time sleeping. I just lied in bed.
So
Same thing.
Thursday we were wandering around for a bit. We went for a walk. We actually checked out one of the art lanes,
Yeah, we went
which was
to like the major
absolutely
tourist
beautiful.
attraction.
I got some pictures for the guys.
We were
Yes.
actually
Oh,
tourists.
it was absolutely beautiful.
We were.
Turns out
Um,
Bailey's an amazing model.
Yeah, it turns out I'm not.
Since when is this new information? The amount of have you seen his fucking pictures that he gets?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you took the pictures. I never really looked at them in that light.
John's a really good photographer. I'm mediocre, I guess. I'm not too great. I just enjoy photography.
All I'm good for is holding a camera, not
But,
actually doing anything with it.
But so
I'm not
we
even good for that. Have you noticed I haven't touched that camera all weekend? Everyone else has used it.
I mean, that's probably why it's in such good condition.
But so we walked down that lane. We actually went into what store was it before?
Culture King?
Culture Kings. We went into Culture Kings and we were looking around like, fuck, this is expensive.
There was a pair of sunglasses.
That was how much was it?
$900
For a pair of
for a
sunglasses.
pair of sunglasses that looked like $20 Kmart things.
I had aviators that almost looked like them.
Aviators.
Don't even get me started. So we went back out the entrance to the store, which because that lane was behind the store, like there's an alleyway just around it.
Yeah,
and we go down the alleyway, and there was an exit for Culture Kings. Like you could leave the store into that alleyway, and I was really annoyed because we just spent like extra walk. But the artwork there,
What are you laughing at?
the artwork around there was absolutely beautiful. I'd been like that was one of the number one things I wanted to do while in Melbourne.
Was being a tourist.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
I've never been to Melbourne, so I wanted to take photos. I wanted to get a lot of stuff done, and I was absolutely thrilled to go down that lane. Like, I hope you guys enjoyed
He had
it.
a lot of time. He had
Yeah.
a lot of time. He had a lot of. He had.
I mean, like
There was a lot to take in.
this weekend was more than just PAX for me. It was more of a. This is like, I wanted to enjoy this more than anything, really.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that we got to go down there and take photos, and like I went out of my way to just do as much as possible,
Yeah.
and I think I've taken close to nearly 300 photos on my phone, and I
Holy
love
shit.
it.
I mean, I don't think I've taken that much.
But
I've used up almost 128 gigs of
yeah.
footage.
We also so after that
Yeah, that sounds
we
pretty normal.
jumped on the
Hog.
tram all the way back to Southern Cross, and then we decided to try and catch a tram back to. Yeah. We were
location.
waiting.
So we left the convention center because we wanted to head back.
No,
and-
we went to
No,
the
this
convention
is-
center,
this-
and then we went to the
Yeah,
lane.
yeah.
Afterwards,
This
yeah.
is back from the lane, not
Yeah.
the convention center.
We got lazy and decided to catch the tram back most of the
It
way.
was a fucking long walk.
And-
Great idea.
And we got on the tram and we're standing there. And I look.
before we jump on the tram. Excuse me. Just keep in mind, this tram had 2 carriages.
Didn't have
We could have jumped. No, this one had 2. We could have jumped on any carriage at any time,
Any
through the
point
day.
in time.
And we jumped on that
This
one.
specific one.
And we jumped on. And John, you explain.
So we got on the tram and we're standing there and I look around and I'm like, that face looks familiar. Holy shit, it's Blues.
So we.
Pro Blues player, the Twitch streamer, was on our tram, like in the same carriage at the same time. And I pointed out to Bailey, I'm like, I saw him and then he saw me and they were like, hey, and then Bailey and Marcus saw him and I was like, oh, hey.
I stood there and I was like, oh, hi. And then in my head, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
We made a video of Suction Cup, like a remastered Suction Cup Man through Minecraft.
A
And
parody in Minecraft.
Parody, no,
I-
no.
it was late at night. Very little effort was put in.
Yeah.
no, we did. We
There was a
did
lot
the,
of fucking effort. put
There was
into
very
that.
little
I was in
effort
that
on
call.
my
There was a
part.
lot of effort.
We-
put
There
into
was
that.
no effort on my part.
No. We did the voice acting
Yeah.
the next day at John's, and I had to voice act Suction Cup Man. And fun fact, Pro Blues player voice Suction Cup Man for Pymations. So when I was like, oh, hi, and he was like, I love the video you guys saw, I instantly went, oh, shit.
Seen it.
He's seen it. He knows who I am.
Yeah.
I voiced act him, and I'm in his presence. I'm about not even a meter away from
We
this man.
accidentally met
And he's
on
also a
a
lot
tram.
I
taller
was
than
like,
Bailey.
So I've never met Blues before. This is the first time meeting him.
Yeah.
And it was like, an accident on the tram. And I stood there, and the first thing that crossed my mind was, fuck, he's tall.
He is massive.
everyone in Melbourne.
I mean, I'm short, but he's tall.
Well,
It's- I mean, he's a head taller than me.
I'm about 5'9", 5'10". John's about about 5'8", and like Marcus is around the same height as me.
Yeah.
And
Y'all short.
and we were standing there, and I noticed around all of Melbourne, everyone's almost 6 foot, and I'm standing there like I'm pretty tall among my friends. What the fuck is this?
Yeah,
yes,
he's tall in our friend group.
yes.
So, as it turns out, everyone in Queensland is bloody short.
Yes, so Melbourne is full of giants.
No, Queensland's just full of short guns.
Rude.
Hey,
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not
Anyway,
wrong.
so I'm standing there in front of Play Blues. Oh wow,
Blues.
I'm
It's called
sorry,
Blues.
Blues. I was in front of Blues, and
Oh yeah, hey Blues, if you're watching.
Hello.
I was
Yeah,
standing
how's it
there in
going?
front of
Pax was
Blues,
great.
and I was like, "Oh shit." I had to voice act this man. I feel so embarrassed, but I still want to have a conversation with him because this is my first time like talking to him. Like you've spoken to him over streams and
Yeah,
have been in
talk to him on
Discord
stream
chats.
and Discord and that, and
This is my first time actually having like a physical conversation with him, and I was like, like my brain process shut down.
then throughout all of this, Mitchell is in the background, like, who the hell?
I have
is this?
I had no clue who this man was.
He
I
looked
watched like half the video once.
I mean,
And all three of these guys are sitting here fanboying. I'm standing next to him,
You're sitting-
looking at him, looking at Bailey, looking at John. And
You
I
look at
look
me.
at Bailey and mouth, is this? And Bailey looks at me and then just continues talking.
I was like, "You can wait."
you uncultured swine, you dare stand in the presence of God.
So, then I was like, "Shit, I really want to continue this conversation, but we gotta jump off at the next stop." So I was like, "Boys, we outie," and I was like, "Bye, Blues," and just waddled away because I
Waddle,
was
waddle.
super.
And then the very next day.
Literally.
Can we please not make that a thing?
But
I hate-
Thursday night, we
What did we even do Thursday?
we got a bottle of Jack Honey, and like we've gotten like we had a little bit of it's all good. We had a
alright.
few drinks, and it was like
It was a chilled night.
it was a chill night. It was genuinely a nice night. We got into our hotel room. We had a giggle.
Watched a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, we watched YouTube.
We watched the new Doctor Stone. Was that?
No, that
no,
wasn't
that
Thursday.
was
That
the Saturday.
yesterday.
Saturday
That was
night, yeah.
yesterday. Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
So
yesterday, never mind.
we had a good night. We went to bed, and Friday comes by, and John's got a 3-day pass where Marcus, Mitchell, and I only have Saturday and Sunday. So John left at 10 o'clock, or was it 9:30?
I left at 9:30 to get there at 10.
And so Marcus, Mitchell, and I stayed in bed just because we didn't have anything to do. So John, tell us about Friday. What did you think of Friday, and how'd it go?
So yeah, how many steps did I do that
Didn't
day?
use to eat ice
A lot.
No, I didn't. I didn't do that. Actually, no, that was the least amount of steps I did that day.
Yeah, because you just sat at the Twitch booth.
Yeah, basically, I went there, and I waited because it was the Friday. I think it was the busiest almost.
No,
Saturday.
no,
Saturday,
no,
was
no.
the bi- Saturday was the busiest.
Saturday was the
but
busiest.
the
I couldn't
lineup was
move.
the biggest Friday because
Yeah.
everyone was getting their tickets for Saturday, Sunday.
Because if you didn't book before a certain date, your tickets wouldn't get mailed out to you.
Yeah.
So those who booked it within the last few weeks
Yeah.
all had to line up, and the lineup
That was a scary lineup.
the three of us ended up walking in on the Friday so we could pick up Mitchell and Marcus's tickets.
Fortunately, the line wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long when we got there,
Yeah.
but
the next
like
day.
I'm assuming like that morning it would have
So
been busy.
The line went out of the center.
So the lineup. Well, I don't know if it went into the actual place itself, but the lineup was take the entire length of the convention center times 2, and I was halfway through that.
Wow.
I got there as the line reached the end of the convention center and before it started to loop back around. And so, yeah, I went in. That's when I started. Got in. It was actually quite quickly. It was actually quite quick getting in. Once it started moving, it really kind of just followed through. And I walked in through the main entrance because I think that was the main entrance you could go through. And then I vlogged the entire thing. I've been vlogging a lot of this trip.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just had the camera like in the GoPro kind of configuration.
Oh, you had like when we saw you, you had a camera, a bag, and a second bag on your shoulders. So you have a
You look like a
satchel
Watch
bag.
Dogs
So
protagonist.
you have a satchel bag which had all your extra camera equipment, and then you had a bag just on you.
Yeah, you had a cargo bag for me.
And you looked like you were struggling to walk. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah,
we
I was-
walked up at around 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, we went him to go get lunch.
Because we went and got breakfast.
What did I get Friday?
You got a cargo bag
You got a lot of
and a hoodie
pins.
and a shit ton of pins.
yeah.
Oh, so all right. So, John, how much money did you have Friday morning?
I think I had 500.
And how much did you have by the time Friday ended?
I don't know how much I had by the time Friday ended, but I currently have
It
like
was
50.
a lot less than what he started with.
Over the course of the past 3 days, I spent $240 on pins.
Which is a lot of money.
And I
just for
don't have
pins.
many pins. I bought a $30 CSGO Pin 3 collection thing because I don't know. I saw it and I'm like, I want one. So I bought that. So one pin is worth $30. Then I bought, there was the thing where it's like you buy 4 pins and you get one free, and they were like 15 each. So that was $60 for 5 pins. I bought another $12 pin today, plus the Pax pins.
And then the bunch of pins that
And
we
the
bought.
2 pins as well that I got from the other place. So yeah, so I spent 200 plus the plus 3 My Hero pins as well.
Yeah.
So in total I spent $240 on pins.
Yeah.
Which kind of has me a little stressed because they're all just hanging out on the front of my bag.
So customs tomorrow is going to be fun.
Yeah, customs is going to be great tomorrow because I have, not only do I have my bloody rat's nest bag, but I also have a bag covered in metal pins.
Yeah. So tomorrow.
Well, at least I'll be able to tell that it's metal pins and not
I might have to like have that flap open.
boom.
So
Yeah, so Friday, I entered in, and because I was by myself,
yeah.
and I was in a very, very, very large crowd,
Yeah. So
and I
you-
was by myself, and I
'cause
was
We rocked
stressing.
up. We rocked up around lunchtime-ish, and you looked stressed. Like I could see it. You were like, "There's a lot of people, and I don't like this." But
because when I got there, I did basically a lap just to see where everything is and see if there's anything majorly interesting. And then I found blues randomly. I was just walking, and I'm like, "Hey, I know that tall person." And I walked up and said hi, and then I basically shadowed him for the whole day because I really didn't know what to do or where to go. So
this was your first convention.
first convention, as well as I only really came here to like meet Mitchell Blues and to kind of just walk around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of just followed him for the whole day, which is
So yeah, you followed Blues around. Mitchell, Marcus, and I went for a big wander through Melbourne.
We went on an adventure.
We went far, didn't we?
We went to the end of the free tram zone and just walked back.
Yeah.
For some insane
I think we
reason.
got lost a little bit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we-
A
we
little,
definitely got
yeah.
lost for a couple. We got lost a couple
like,
times.
there was like, I think there's like, if you live in Melbourne, or if you look up the free tram system in Melbourne, like it covers a fair bit of ground.
Yeah.
But we dawdled a lot. We basically went into a bunch of areas. Oh, excuse me, I got hiccups. We went into a bunch of areas. I went out of my way to get stuff from my outfit because I planned on cosplaying on the Saturday because I've never been to an event where I could cosplay. So this was my first time, and I thought, why not?
You've never been to an event where you were prepared to cosplay.
Yeah. So
You've been to Comic-Con.
Anyway, we went out and got a few little things, and then we also had our friend Jite coming in that Friday, and Jite's a guy
That was
on.
Yeah, that was Friday. Never mind.
Jite is a guy that's on my server who's an actual he's super
He's a
chill,
pretty nice guy.
and he's I'm glad to be friends with him, sort of thing, and it's just really nice to talk with him. So he took the time out of his day to come and catch the train into Melbourne and hang out with us. And around this time, John finished his time at the convention center and made his way over to the Southern Cross. Oh, we met him up around the bridge area, and we went back to Southern Cross to meet up with Jai. We all went to lunch. Oh, it would have been like lunch at around 5 o'clock, and
afternoon tea.
it was more afternoon tea, yeah. But it was really nice. We got to chill and just chat for for about an hour or so.
Yeah, we just jammed.
And then we about after that hour, he jumped on the train and went back, and it was like if you ever listen to this, it was such a pleasure to meet you. It was super chill.
It was nice seeing you.
And definitely next year or any in the future years to come, we definitely need to get a bunch of people from our server.
Yeah, get Brandon down.
Yeah,
Next PAX.
Well, I actually just got a message from Brandon. Then he's like, "Dude, I'm super cut, but I couldn't make it. Definitely next year."
What I want to do next year is I want to do proper like video work next year.
Yeah.
As well as cosplay, as well as if we do get a large group of the server to go down, we could do like a massive podcast.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I'll
get
have
like
proper-
8-9 people.
Should we make the theme Plague Doctor?
Well, next year I'm looking at having 3 costumes next year: a Plague Doctor, Aizawa from My Hero, and
Tokoyami.
Tokoyami from My Hero.
There is one scene I actually messaged John about when we were at PAX today, and there is a scene in My Hero that's actually going to be coming out this season where, if you haven't read, I'm sorry for a little bit of a spoiler.
Is it this? No, it's not this season. It's the next season.
Might be the next season.
It might be the second half of this season.
It could be the
Depends on
second
how they
half
time
of
it.
season 4, or it could be the start of season 5.
Yeah.
But anyway, there is a scene where they start to do interning again, and Tokoyami actually interns for the second hero, Hawk. So, spoiler ahead, if you don't want to spoil, then skip ahead a few minutes.
I mean,
But
you've
there is
already
one.
ruined the spoil or whatever.
There is one scene. There is one scene where Tokoyami is interning for Hawks, and because Tokoyami can't fly, Hawks lifts him up with his wings and flies through the sky. And Tokoyami yells out, "We are one with the wind, Hawks." And I said to John through a message, being like, "We could pull this off." And so we are going to be pulling that off next year for PAX. So it's going to be an absolute, like, great
I mean,
time.
all you have to do is give John a piggyback ride.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Hi, see if we can get like a rope system hang up so that you can like.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I mean, Bailey wants me to go as a plague doctor. Well, I said
this
I was
was
going to
you.
go as a plague doctor. Then Bailey was like eyebrows. I'm like whatever.
So, quick
Yeah,
to cut
you
in.
have to explain eyebrows.
Eyebrows is a game that I recently learnt, and if someone says I do this and goes into explaining it, if you yell at eyebrows, they have to do it. If not, you have full permission to shave off their eyebrows or their eyebrow. And
Well, in John's case.
yes.
Ha! Get it? Because I have a monobrow. Funny.
The shade. Jesus Christ.
So
This man just sold fucking.
I know you
global
can't see
warming.
it, but John just
Turn
gave
back
me a
on.
death stare. That
Oh,
was the
turn back on.
funniest thing I've ever seen.
So
buzzing.
John was like, I dressed up as a
annoying
plague.
that is.
So John was like, I'd dress up as a plague doctor and yell out "Purify" in the middle of
there's a green text meme of a guy walking into a McDonald's in a plague doctor outfit, going on the counter and yelling "Purify," and then
Join the Discord for full green text.
yeah, there'll be something there.
But
Anyway, so yeah,
he yelled. He said to me, "I'd do this," and I yelled at it, "Eyebrows!" And so John now has to dress up as a plague doctor.
So what I'm planning is next year I'm hoping, because this year they had a PUBG tournament where they had like a ladder, not a ladder system, but they had
Stairs.
they had stairs for the different players.
which we'll get into a bit more in detail about soon.
And so I just imagined coming
they
as a
called
plague
tiers?
doctor, standing at the top of that, stealing a microphone and yelling "Purify."
And then continuing to get kicked out of PAX.
Yeah, I'll get it picked out.
I mean, given your size, you'll probably get drop kicked.
And drop kicked out of PAX.
I'll have the camera ready.
But so next year, if you go to PAX Melbourne or wherever PAX is in Australia, and you see a plague doctor run around yelling "Purify,"
It's probably going to be
just
John.
go up and say hi and get a photo with him because
He won't be there much
use
longer.
use hashtag Purify.
For a
with
10% discount on nothing.
with 4 E's. But yeah, so Saturday, we actually slept in. We didn't end up leaving until about 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
The place opens at 10 and we woke up at 10.
Yeah. So
And it's a 20-minute walk down there.
so I this was my first time cosplaying.
Stonks.
This was my first time cosplaying, and I'm the only one of the group that actually cosplayed. So I mean, I felt I enjoyed it. A little bit embarrassed to walk through the city dressed up, but
Only because of the costume.
Yeah.
so for those who don't play games or don't know video games, I dressed up
First of all, what are you doing here?
I dressed up as a character named Wrench from Watch Dogs 2. Now I had to get a Sharpie and get John, because John's fairly decent at art.
I can kind of draw.
I had to get him to draw just a couple of Wrench's tattoos on my body, and
Wrench is not a PG character.
he's
No.
not. He has a tattoo of the Anarchy logo on his neck, and I had to wear a singlet to pull off his character, and the Anarchy logo was showing, and I was walking through the city with a few people staring at me, and I'm like, well, I wasn't wearing my mask at this point.
Yeah,
because
because-
he wears a mask and
Oh,
glasses.
could you imagine wearing that mask?
So we pulled up in front
Oh.
of 7-Eleven because John wanted to get a selfie
Oh, we have to
stick.
walk past the police station as well.
No, I didn't. I wasn't wearing
Oh,
my
man.
I wasn't wearing my mask then.
Yeah.
So we had to go into a 7-Eleven, and while John was in there looking for a selfie stick, I was like, nah, I'm putting my mask on. I don't want to be recognized.
He
at
said
all.
selfie stick, okay?
Yes.
Not sloppy stick, selfie stick.
A selfie stick.
I have
So
no idea what a sloppy stick is, and
I-
I don't want to.
I put the mask on and the
didn't-
glasses,
I didn't
and I
want
pulled
to.
the hood over, and we walked the rest of the way to the convention center. And the first thing we did when we got there was we went through the zigzag
That was fucking.
path, which took almost.
Which we found out was the Bethesda booth was basically just the entrance walk.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so long. We had a guy streaming behind us on his phone,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Man, I'm loving these zigs, but I'm hating these zags."
Yeah.
I actually
I
ended
was
up bursting
streaming that.
laugh. Yes,
Did you stream?
John
Yeah.
was
I started streaming
when we
like-
got to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, when we got to the 7-Eleven because
Are we going to
one
talk about
timing
Mitch's
and-
Yeah, we're
shirt?
gonna talk
Because
about my shirt.
that'd be a great
in
thing.
a second. So we were zigging and zagging all the way through, and we finally got in. And honestly, my jaw dropped because this was my first time seeing PAX, and I've been to Comic-Con once, which was only about 3-4 weeks before PAX, and I was jaw dropped. Like it was, like if you're a massive nerd or play video games,
Like us.
you will absolutely love PAX. PAX is definitely for you. I've been up to date with everything video game wise, so we kind of so was everyone else here. So we kind of like
Not me,
Knew
not so much.
everything.
we knew everything was there, so we didn't really stick around for the panels, or we didn't go looking into the stuff because we kind of knew about it.
No.
So next year, when it comes to about July-ish, we'll stop looking into video games. So when PAX comes up, we've got stuff to look into. I was actually kind of keen to go look into the Cyberpunk sort of thing,
Yeah, the
but
line
we
was
ended
way
up
too
missing
big.
it.
Yeah,
Um,
we got to the entrance, which got closed off, and we looked up and to see the horde of people on the second
was-
level, and we're like, yeah, we're not getting in.
That was
Yeah.
today, yeah. But on Saturday, we were walking around for so long, like our legs were like. We got back to the hotel when I think
The first
you
thing we
laid
did
down
was
on the ground, Mitchell.
fell down.
Yeah, I nearly collapsed.
But
Saturday?
it was absolutely amazing. So before we left, Mitchell was like, "I've got a white shirt and you've got a Sharpie. You should put my Snapchat name on the back of my shirt."
Mitchell
And-
lives on Snapchat.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
My
I
phone doesn't
thought,
stop.
all right, yeah, sure. And
could
so,
go wrong?
Fun fact for those who
Bailey can't spell
no,
Oh my god. Oh, I need to take a picture of it.
with my name.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
don't have a picture of it.
John's
You have a picture of
I
it.
don't have a picture of
John
your shirt.
will
Well, I can always snag a picture.
John will take a photo and put it up on the screen now. But so keep in mind, I can't actually see out of my right eye. Again, I won't get into detail, but I can't
got
see
on
out
a
of my
punch
right eye.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, punch on.
Yeah, punch on. And so
I mean,
I
technically.
wrote snap me and then put his username. And I got through it and I was like, beautiful. And he goes, are you sure about that? And I read through it and I looked at his phone and I looked back and I looked back at his phone and I looked back. I'm like, something's missing, and I missed the letter. So I was like, hang on, and I just added like the letter in between where it's meant to, but above it.
With an arrow pointing.
Just like
pointing
people
up to
did
it.
in like the 3rd grade.
That's why I don't write in pen.
So I was like, beautiful. And so he's like, what the fuck have you done? But you still managed to get people to add
I got
you.
2
So,
Snapchats.
I mean,
It took the entire day. On the way home, which was even creepier.
Yeah.
This guy was
Kinda
walking
creepy, man.
behind us, and I get a Snapchat and open my phone and open it. It's just a picture of my back. And I just turn around and go, what the fuck? Because there was about 20 people behind us.
I mean, technically, you were literally asking for it.
yeah.
Your shirt said "Snap me."
That could be taken a couple ways.
So we
fat to be
got in Saturday. We got in Saturday,
Dominic.
and because PAX is also aligned with the EB Expo, and for those, so EB Expo is a an Australian. It's pretty
EB
much,
Games.
It's pretty much the GameStop of Australia.
Yeah. But
So
better.
In every single way.
we went in to the EB Expo, and
So what happened was
No, only 2 of us went into the
So John-
EB
John-
Expo.
John-
Marcus and Mitchell
John explain.
wanted to go into EB. And Bailey and I stood there at the entrance because we're like, we have EB at home. We don't need to go here. So they walk in, and Bailey and I are standing there, and we're like, you know what? We'll go in too. So we walk in, we walk around a bit. We go to the exit, and we're standing there. And we're standing there for like a few minutes. We're like, they haven't come out yet. They're still in there, aren't they? And so we kind of just like on our tippy toes looking
we
around.
think around, like we see some prices, and we're like, that looks cheap. Why not go have a look?
Yeah. And so we walked through. We didn't buy anything, but we stood at the exit. No, we did buy. We bought the
you
mystery
explain.
boxes.
So-
we bought 2 $40 mixed mystery boxes, which are meant to have random items in them. Bailey and I bought one each, and they
Yes.
were the exact same box on the inside.
Yeah, so
There's
we
a clip
got
on the live stream for those.
2 pops, which
Is there a
were
clip on the
Son
live stream for
Goku
those?
and Whis from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super actually, and 2 socks, which were Family Guy and Avengers, which we got the same, and then 2 sets of trading cards of Dragon Ball, which were
Yeah.
exactly the same.
And then
Even
while
the
we were
cards.
waiting in line, 2 people bought 2 different $20 boxes and opened them next to us, and they got 2 completely different things. And they were like, well, we got scammed.
Yeah, we laughed. We were like, "This is messed up." And how long did we wait for, John?
I don't know. It was a little while. But we were looking in the store trying to find, because Mitchell has bright blue hair.
I'm fairly noticeable.
And so we're looking for him.
But I had a hood on.
And so we were looking for them, and I'm like, I don't think they're in the store anymore. So I
I was
walked
like-
through the store, and they're not there.
I'm John's streaming at this point still, and I've got his camera around my neck recording. So, we like John's streaming, like getting frustrated, and I'm recording us getting frustrated.
And my mum was watching
this
us.
time, John's mum messages not only just John but me as well, being like, "Hi boys, we're watching the stream. Say hi to the kiddos."
On the home TV.
Because John's got 2 little siblings, and I'm sitting there, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. We've been swearing because we can't find these fucking dickheads who vanished.
You're welcome.
So I start calling them, and the first
None of them pick up.
none of them pick up right away, and I'm like, grrr.
Gonna
So
smack
Marcus
somebody.
finally gets to me, and he goes, yeah, we walked out like ages ago.
I was following.
I was following Mitchell, but I'm currently sitting here somewhere, and I'm like,
Yeah, because
what?
I ditched Mitch to go find Bailey and John, who I thought buggered off somewhere else.
Yeah, so did I. I thought you 2 walked away from EB.
We told you guys we'll be waiting outside of EB.
Yeah.
And you weren't.
We were.
Yeah, you
So
weren't where we walked out.
granted we weren't, but still, don't walk off.
if
You just weren't there, so I went,
But-
fuck it, I'm gonna go look it back.
yeah, so Mitchell poofed off. He just fucked right off. He was
I
gone.
got to the other end of the convention
I will
center.
be back. So I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm just putting my mic down.
Yeah, I don't think anyone needs to hear that.
I mean, he could take the mic with you.
No, that's
No,
not
you
3 minutes.
cannot.
I don't have wireless ones.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there and waiting. Mitchell wasn't responding.
I was having a great time.
Yeah, I
to
bet he was.
To be honest, I was
We
enjoying
weren't.
myself.
I
We have a stream showing we weren't having a great time.
Yeah.
I'm really
proof.
hoping that stream saved itself. I think it should have. Actually, I can probably... No, it did save itself, yeah. I'll have to download that when I get home. But yeah, so after waiting for him to finally respond, we found out that, yeah, he had fecked off to the other end of the center.
Yeah, I'd looked at everything already.
Yeah, so we waited for him to come back. And then, yeah, we walked around for a good while, checking everything out together.
Fuck yourself.
Did we meet Blues at that point?
Yeah, we met up with Blues later that day,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, because I jumped onto a CSGO
Yeah, and he walked up behind
computer.
us and was just
Yeah.
like, hey.
Yeah, and then you two went and filmed his video.
Yeah, I tried to help him film something for because he got a sponsorship, which he never ended up filming though.
Oh my god.
he thought his idea was because he's always been saying Asus wrong,
Yeah.
and so he thought he'd go around filming people saying Asus.
Yeah, how do you say it?
Some of us said Asus.
Asus.
Yeah.
Asus is how you say that.
Yeah.
You can fight me, John.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how it's spelled. It's clearly meant to say Asus.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fight me in the comments.
All right, I'm back.
I
Sorry.
mean, you
He's
can't really
back.
fight things Englishly in the comments. 'cause
English.
it's
Have you
words.
heard of a flame war?
No.
Well, I mean, that's a solid point.
flame,
He's got
flame-
a point.
Yeah, I'm great at flame wars. I
I'm
never
terrible at
start them, but I always kind of just laugh at them.
Anyway, then we kept walking around and exploring. Then we went out and got pictures of Bailey in cosplay.
Yes.
As well as just cosplay.
So, this is my first time actually getting like cosplay photos done. Like I said before, this is my first time ever cosplaying. So, I was super embarrassed to get photos done.
You
Like,
didn't look it.
I didn't look at.
No, you looked like you knew
He was
what you were
covering up his
doing.
face.
Did I actually?
Yeah, you looked like you knew what you were doing.
I was nervous as hell. So.
I mean, Bailey is just stylish in general. Like, the clothing that I wore here, he chose for his 20th.
yes, actually,
And I quite like the look of the clothing.
I mean, Bailey's got me thinking that maybe camo's a bad idea and I should
mean-
go black.
I mean, I'm
So-
tempted. I mean, all of my clothes are like 5 years old. And I'm tempted just to throw them all out and take Bailey shopping for me.
So I when I was young, I lived with just my mum and my two sisters. So I've always been around girls. The only like male
Male
parental
influence.
figure I had was my uncle and my pop. I would occasionally see my dad, but it was only for weekends sort of thing because my parents have been divorced. So I've always kind of like whenever we went shopping, I'd be like, I'm gonna go look at the guys' stuff because I want to get my own thing, sort of thing. And because mum would look at the girl stuff and I'd pick out my own sort of thing, and I kind of learned how to pick my own fashion sense. So come to my 20th, John and Marcus were like, I don't have anything to wear for your 20th. So I was like, all right, we're going shopping, boys, and I'm gonna pick out some clothes for you. And did you guys complain about the stuff I picked out for you?
I mean, not
I
really.
wore everything you picked out for me to PAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like I don't want to go out saying like, yes, I always dress fancy, but like, I mean,
You always dress good.
I mean,
I
look good
Fucking
in
look
what
at you
you
right
wear.
now.
Bailey, hold on.
I'm currently in a long sleeve black shirt, shorts, black shorts, and Family Guy socks, just because. Of
Okay, well, the Family Guy socks are a
But,
tad
yeah.
much, but you know.
But like, I mean, like, the stuff I pick out and wear, the stuff I pick out is the stuff that I think works well together. Like, I brought down a denim jacket that's got a fluffy inside, but I also brought not necessarily cargo pants, but they're like what's the word for it? They're like
Pants.
they're tan pants with black shoes, and I actually think I rocked that pretty well because that was on Friday when we were walking through the city. But anyway, so when I picked out the outfit for Wrench, because I've only got his mask sort of thing. I don't even have the glasses. I had to improvise. And like, what did you guys think of the cosplay I did? Like,
It's pretty good.
it did look pretty good for its budget.
Bailey and I, when we walked into the EB Games, one of the first things that happened was someone says, oh, hey, it's Wrench.
yes.
So-
when we walked into EB Games, some guy was like, "Dude, it's Wrench," and I was like, somebody actually figured that out within like the first.
I mean, he
seconds
does
of
have a
seeing
very
you.
distinctive mask. Let's
But
be honest.
I mean, like even still, like I didn't have the LED lights in my on my
Yeah,
glasses.
you didn't have a lot of them.
My budget was probably like
$15.
$15
what
with
you
the
had.
mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went outside later on, took photos, which I actually think turned out really well. Because John's got a really keen eye when it comes to photos, and he wanted it to be like I was walking away, trying to fit in with the crowd. Because Watch Dogs is a Ubisoft game, which also is known for Assassin's Creed, and it works very well with that.
My watch is connected to that dumbass.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's dangling there because it's not long enough.
It
Stop
was-
fiddling with John's stuff.
Why is it dangling? Why is it not plugged in at the bench?
I mean,
Something
have you
to
met
do
John?
that.
Like,
Anyway,
have you seen how he's got his setup? Everything's
Fair,
dangling.
fair.
anyway, we were
Oh, can we talk about my charging situation?
Yes, let's talk
One
about that.
second, 1 second. So, John's got a keen eye, and he wanted me to walk towards the camera, so he could get it as if I was walking away from a situation, and I had my phone out, sort of thing.
We're gonna put
Um,
JPEG explosion in it.
And like, just
I
because,
could totally do that. I could totally put like, but
should-
no one's screaming in the background. So it could be like the millisecond that goes off. Sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
sort of
here's
thing.
the miracle of editing: you can put screaming people in the background.
but it was
Everyone's just casually walking.
just the angles were done, and like everyone kind of like, oh, they're taking photos. We'll wait, and like they kind of like there was some people in
was
the
that-
background
is
that
that-
kind of posed for it too.
Yeah.
And it was like you could tell this is the convention that really like stands out for people. And I gotta say, I loved everything about PAX. Like there was a few
Even me
things.
disappearing.
You disappearing
that
was the
part.
worst thing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, no, that was probably the best.
All right,
It was the best and the worst thing. It was the best because Mitch buggered off. It was the worst because I buggered off with him for some reason.
We have to find these.
But you want to tell them about your charging situation?
So I bought a spare battery for my camera the day before we left.
Yes.
And so I have my phone. The hotel room we're in at the moment, it has charging. It has power points, but in just really weird locations.
Way up the wall.
And all of them were kind
Quarters up
of
the
all
wall.
of them were kind of in use at the time, and I wanted to charge my camera battery. But we found that there's a charger, there's a power point in Bailey's room
Yes.
on the ceiling, or close to the ceiling. So what we did was I got Mitchell, because he's slightly taller than me,
Slightly.
to plug in the power cable, and then I connected the other end of the cable into the charger, and I just had it dangling there, charging my my camera
Yeah,
batteries.
it was a bit
And that
sketchy,
gave
not gonna lie.
certain
So-
people a heart attack.
Yeah, I showed a couple people, and they're like, what?
Hold up.
Hey. So yeah, so that was fun.
But I gotta say, PAX was definitely like worth the amount of effort we went through to get down
It was
here.
worth a lot of my money.
Yes.
You only bought like.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
then-
no, no, no. The money I spent
Yeah.
on the plane
Oh yeah,
fare,
Mitchell, what
on
did
the
you buy when
hotel-
you were at PAX?
Yeah, what
I
did
didn't
you
even.
get?
I bought what one thing at PAX.
Yeah, and
I
you
mean,
put-
what did you buy on your trip down here? I meant.
All right. Well, all right. Listen, you've got to understand something first.
Yes.
I
context.
collect mouse pads. I've already got 5 mouse pads. All right. I didn't have an LED one. I really wanted an RGB mouse pad. Let me stop playing with that.
Yeah, you do.
I wanted an RGB mouse pad, and while me, Marcus, and Bailey were walking around Friday, we found an EB Games. Thank you. And so,
I did try and tell you that, but it didn't work.
I mean, it was just funny to think it was connected.
yeah, so we were walking through the EB Games, and I'm also a massive fan of Harry Potter. Like, Harry Potter is one of the couple things that revolves around my life. Harry Potter, CSGO, and
And that's it.
teenager things.
Mitchell.
So we were walking around. This thing had 3 layers, right? So On the bottom layer was like
This is the best EB games I've ever seen ever.
Oh yeah,
By
this
far.
this smashes
there
all
was
other
four.
EBs.
There was technically four levels.
there was technically four.
So
yeah.
when you walk, sorry, I'm cutting you off here.
Yeah, go for
but when you walk in from the street level, that goes down one level, which goes to a Zing, and Zing is pretty much
It's just merch.
It's more merch, but it's
Yeah.
also the pop culture.
Games.
It's
It's
got
the pop
all the
culture.
cool stuff.
And the main level had like PC, PlayStation, and Xbox games.
Yeah.
The next level up had a bunch of Switch stuff.
Yeah.
Then the fourth level literally was a lounge room. Or it wasn't even a
It
lounge
wasn't a
room.
lounge room.
It was
just
it
a
was
room
a
full of...
massive room. Just
I'm
full of
low-key,
Nintendo stuff.
I'm low-key jealous I didn't get to go now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
there
really cool.
they had nearly every single Switch game on a Switch you could play and just chill in for as long as you
Yeah.
want. Somebody has almost I think they've completed Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on a Switch there because
Yeah.
when I jumped on it, they had everything.
Yeah.
Or it
I
could just
was-
be a combination
what?
of people building up off each other's progress.
Yeah, that could be it.
Or it's the same guy that comes in after school.
Yeah, well,
It could be.
He can't
Or the
afford a
same
Switch,
guy
he
that
just plays
skips
it there.
school to play it.
There was a thing ages ago. Some Kmart employees noticed that this one kid came in every day after school for like a few months to play on this one Switch.
Yeah.
So they put their money together to buy him a Switch.
What a
Oh, what? That's
But-
actual.
That's
That's,
pretty
actually
cool.
cool.
But
But
they got in trouble for it
what?
because not everyone just gets given a Switch.
But if
But they bought it, so...
If they,
Yeah,
if,
they
if
got
it's their
things- yeah.
money, if it's their money, they're getting paid,
Yeah.
and they notice this one guy is
Yeah.
coming in to play on that one Switch every day, and they're like, this guy is, like, he's dedicated. And
I mean-
it's obvious he can't afford it. He's in school, sort of thing, and they put money aside and be like, hey, we know you've been coming in every day to play on this
Yeah.
singular
That
Switch.
was what they did. They put their money together to
That's-
buy the
that's-
Switch for this
Why
kid.
would
That's
the company
beautiful,
care? They
but
just
I
got their
don't-
money
I don't
back.
understand why they got in trouble for it. That's really
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
like it's not against the rules. Like it's a community. Like it's a generosity thing.
Yeah.
Like you see people nowadays. Like I've bought you how many games on Steam?
Solid like
Most.
5 at least.
Yeah.
I will kick your teeth.
But they're not even like the cheap
Nah,
games. They're like
Some of
solid
them have
like
been like $40.
$40, $50 just because like
He wanted someone to
Yeah.
play him with.
not even that. Like it's like you've been like, oh man, this game looks like a lot of fun. I want to play it. I'm like,
I want to.
I
No,
got
it's never
you.
been. I want to play. It's we should play it.
yeah, we should play it, and you're like genuinely interested.
Yeah.
I'm like, here you go, man. I just bought you this game for you,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's like I'm not wanting anything out of it for you. But there's one thing I wanted out of
Yeah,
it. But
you
that
still
was,
want that in control. I've tried me fucking hardest
That-
to pay you back for that, as well.
That was because of a bet, though.
Yeah,
That's not even because I bought you a game. That was
No, that
oh,
was
no, that was because I bought
Breath
you.
of the, not Breath of the Wild. That was
Dead Island.
Ghostland. No, Ghostland.
Was it?
Ghostland.
Uh,
That's the Tom Clancy
Ghost
game.
Recon. Ghost
Yeah,
Recon.
Ghost Recon.
I bought you Ghost Recon, like a proper full-on edition on Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
I bought you a full. That would have been like $80 though.
Yeah, that was
That
that
was-
was 40 because you said give me an Icarus Valence.
Yeah,
price.
that's right. No, it was on discount, so I bought you
Yeah.
Ghost Recon. But I
Was this
also bought you
Wildlands?
Borderlands. Yes. No, Ghost Recon.
Wildlands.
Yeah, Wildlands. That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah, so Wildlands.
That's
We I bought in Wildlands. I've bought you the definitive edition of Dead Island 1 and 2 and the arcade edition.
Yeah.
And a few other games.
Yeah,
and,
he's
and-
bought me a couple
and-
games that start with H. We'll say that.
But that's been for the meme.
Yeah,
but
those
there's
have been for
also
memes.
like Dead Rising 3
Mm.
and like a few other big games. But like those are just because I feel generous. So if someone goes out of the way with their money and been like, yeah, I'm gonna save up, we're gonna contribute to buy a Switch for this one guy just because he's been coming in for like a few months or so to play on the one Switch. I genuinely think that's the right thing to do in that situation. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's that's literally what, like, for example, like that's like what PAX is. Like people dress up and take photos with each other because of that sort of thing.
Because
like,
they can.
yeah,
Yeah, because
And
they
it-
enjoy
and-
doing it.
and it makes each
It
other
makes
feel
people happy.
like when
Yeah.
someone comes up to like them and be like, "Hey, can I take a photo with you?"
Mm.
That's like someone's acknowledging my effort into what I'm wearing or what
Yeah.
I'm dressing up
Yeah.
as, or even just like, "Hey, can I take a photo with you?" Or they, it's just vice versa. It makes somebody happy, and obviously,
it
this
also helps
person-
that cosplayers are the coolest people on earth.
yeah, like
Yeah, some of
it-
them are
yeah.
really chill.
There's a lot of people who put a lot of effort into their outfits, and you can really tell.
you
I
can see
met a guy who put 5 months of effort into a cosplay at PAX. I was on Friday when I was getting. No, was it Friday? It was when I was waiting to get my my PAX stuff. When I bought my hoodie and that.
Yeah, that was Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, there was a guy who I think he spent like 5 months on his cosplay. He was a Guardian from Destiny 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a Titan.
A
apparently.
Titan.
Yeah, Titan. Yeah. So yeah, people put a lot of effort into
Titan
it.
Master Race.
Yeah, next year I
It's
want
like
to
Master Race.
next year I'm going as the
Warlock.
doc
Warlock's best.
yeah.
Sorry, John. We're trying to. I know you're trying to tell the story, but we're all like,
We all play a
Marcus-
different character.
Yeah.
I reckon Hunter's Master Race. Good
Yeah,
kid.
like
I don't know. I've only put like a few hours into it, so
Same though. I finished the story and I was like, okay, I'm not interested anymore.
I think
It's great with
Didn't we
friends.
start a character at the same time, and I reached level 30 the next day?
Yeah, you reached level 30 the next day, and I logged back on. I was like, level
Level
5.
6.
Yeah, I was like, level 6, level 5. And I go, all right, let's continue with the story. You're like, what? Oh, I finished that already. I was like, you serious?
I'm on to
mate?"
the second DLC.
yeah. Next year I'm going as Plague Doctor, Aizawa, and Tokiyami.
And I'm gonna dress up one day. The day you dress up as Tokoyami as Hawks.
I'm thinking
I'll carry the cameras.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
I'll do some. I'll
Well-
do some camera work.
yeah. Well, what I was gonna do was Friday, Saturday. One of the days is when I wanted to do the actual video stuff. So probably the Saturday is when there's the most. Actually, Sunday is when it's the quietest.
Yeah.
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 Sunday.
So Sunday I'll probably dress up as Aizawa.
Yeah,
Because that way I
that'd be
can
chill.
still do camera stuff and all that.
But like Saturday, I reckon would be Tokoyami
yeah,
because like I'd dress
and then
up
you can
Saturday.
dress up as Hawks, and we can pretend that we're patrolling.
We have to.
we can patrol.
Oh
We can
yes,
patrol
we can
on
be
a
doing.
good
We can
momentum.
be
Yeah.
yes. Oh, this is perfect.
and then on Friday I'll go as the Plague Doctor and purify everyone.
Yes, I will be. That day I will be right behind you, and I want. We should manufacture a mask that has a
I
microphone,
want-
like
mo-
a
yeah,
microphone,
like a
and
yeah,
voice
we have
a voice
modulator?
changer.
No, not a voice changer. Yes, but like a
Amplifier?
megaphone,
Speakers.
Amplifier.
yeah, an amplifier.
So everyone
I
can
want-
hear you
Yell out,
purify the joint.
Purify it.
I kind of want it
echoes.
to look like Overhaul a bit,
Yeah, that would be cool.
or I could just go as Overhaul.
But it's not the same because Overhaul doesn't like have the like he has the beak because he's got that mask, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have like a Plague Doctor look.
Yeah.
I mean, if you dress up as a Plague Doctor, you can walk up to all the Assassin's Creed cosplayers and heal them up.
Fair,
Fair.
fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's
'Cause-
less impressive, but that'll be great for role players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still love that thing where it's like you dress up as Star Trek members and you go to like a Renaissance fair or
Yeah.
something as time travelers.
Yeah.
I want to do that so
If you
bad.
put on a red shirt, prepare to lie on the floor.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting though. I don't know how people like. I mean, they can condense down, but it'd be really hard shipping or trying to take your cosplay on a plane.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I'm thinking about right now, if I'm
Is
going to
there
be
any
dressing up
particular
as
reason you're
Hawks,
bringing a suit of armor with you?
that'd be something interesting. But
I'm going to take Jerusalem.
But the one thing I've been thinking about is with Hawks. If you haven't seen the manga or the show, you'll see this season. I guarantee
Avert
it.
your ears.
But Hawks has a set of red wings.
Red?
Yeah, they're red. They're red wings.
Okay, I thought they were white, only because the manga's white.
Yeah, well,
White.
he's got bright red wings, and I
kind of wish they were white. White kind of makes it a bit better.
you'll see his
looks a bit
outfit, and you'll
pure.
understand.
Okay.
But he's got bright red wings, and because I want to kind of make them myself, but also kind of like get help with this sort of thing.
And then a feather
Um,
sword.
Yeah, and a small feather sword. But my question, my thing I'm thinking about is how I'm gonna get that through customs. Like because I don't want it to be small enough to fit in a bag, because I want them to stay.
You'll have to make them collapsible. I have a few ideas I can help you.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna spend a few months working on them. Because we also, I reckon we should get a backpack, right? Take off half of the backpack and create them so that
Yeah,
way
there's a bunch of stuff you can do for the back plane, and that there's
But,
videos on it. Well, I think Tokiyami, I kind of want to make his head like a full helmet.
We're gonna have to learn a lot of like.
I mean, it's kind of easy because I can just kind of go to the furry fandom for help because they make that shit on the regular. And there's actually quite a few people that have made Tokiyami things. So
For
yeah,
those of you who
go there.
didn't know, John is a furry.
But I reckon next year is going to be a very good year.
Yeah.
goes through customs in the Plague Doctor outfit.
Oh, that would
That'd end extremely well, John. That'd end so well.
With all my camera
You just
equipment and
walk up
rat's
to
nest of a
different
bottle.
people.
Yeah.
Purify the metal detector. It'll be great.
It just has like a wooden stick and just scans the metal detector. Purify.
You throw your metal stick through the metal detector and you're like, what kind of satanic evil is this?
I had an idea about the metal detectors, Bailey.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's just there to detect if there is metal, but if they can have it so like it like detects the height of it, then if you have them on an angle, then they can kind of scan you as you're going through.
You were telling me about this earlier. About how a metal detector should be able to tell the depth of where the metal is. So, if, for example, if you're wearing a ring or necklace or a belt, it detects it where it is on your body, sort of thing. But if it's like implanted in your body,
That's a bit advanced for Australia.
It's a bit advanced for any airport.
it's a bit, yeah.
It's a metal detector
But
if you
like-
have metal or you don't.
But like, I mean, like if it's like a screw, you can tell for like in your body.
yeah.
Why didn't you show me?
Oh, you were
You're
telling your
cool
special
Can
little
you
story.
send that to me to Discord so I can add this for context?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, guys.
Just message it to me.
I'll do you
What I'm
one.
thinking for the video is I'm
It's from
thinking
the infamous Troy
cut.
Riley of
I'm
Melbourne.
thinking for the video, because I'll do what I've been doing currently, where I have like the 4 pictures and the waveforms. And what I'm thinking is either in the background or in like a clip of it, I could either have just like a montage of footage,
Yes.
or I could have the whole back bit just be footage. And then I could also, that's where I could also insert the images of whatever the fuck we're talking about. Yeah. Alright, cut back.
Okay. So
But
yeah, we've Saturday was definitely the busiest day. We got to check out a little bit of the PC and console free play.
I played a lot
competition.
of the PCs there.
We did today. Saturday we got to work, but the line was huge. Like it was massive.
Sunday, it's kind of funny because Sunday it's a lot quieter because everyone's hungover.
Yeah, because the
So-
Misfits pod.
Yeah.
The Misfits.
Yeah.
Misfits. For those who don't know, the Misfits are a bunch of YouTubers.
They know who the Misfits are.
Everybody knows. who the
Everyone
Misfits
should
are.
know who the Misfits is. If you
I knew
don't,
who,
then
like,
you
3 of them
really
were.
need to look them up. The Misfits threw a party on the Saturday night. We couldn't go.
Well, there was 2 reasons
Fight
why.
me.
There was 2
Yeah.
reasons we couldn't go. One, because Mitchell's age, and 2, because Pro Blues player, he tried to go to it, and he was behind the last person to get on the last bus to it. He ended up Ubering to it, which is kind of funny, but yeah.
push my
Also,
ice cream,
apparently, it was
hold
really crowded as well.
5 second
So
rule.
It would have been.
yeah.
Right, buddy.
And no one can blame you for that.
Are we gonna go back to the EV games story
Yeah,
now?
we should go
or
back to the.
EB game story.
my EV game story.
yeah.
What I bought.
Oh, yeah.
You had. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Mitchell, what did you buy
What
at
did
EB
I buy?
Games?
All right, so
What did you buy at EB Games?
I had $300 for food to buy stuff at PAX, and like for me try and ride home if I get hungry or something, and spending money. So, yeah, we went for our walk. We went to EB Games. Down the bottom there was a Professor Minerva McGonagall's
Down in
wand.
Zing.
Down in Zing, yeah. There was
Those
a
of you
wand.
who don't know who
and-
that is, she's the one that turns into a cat.
Yeah, she's the one who turns into a cat.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome. I am Mr. Exposition. Also Captain Obvious.
Okay, be quiet now.
Shoot. Yeah. No one puts me in a
And
corner.
That was.
I'll go in the
That
corner
was
now.
what, $58. I spent $58 on that, but it's the first one that I've gotten. I want to collect them, so.
That was the
start
first
somewhere.
item as well.
Shut up. I also got a Harry Potter wallet, even though I didn't need it because why not?
It's just collect.
And I learned that the thing that holds the wallet is really good for frisbeeing.
Yeah, that's not fun.
I'll move it for you.
Please, I'm gonna lose my shit.
So, just for a bit of context, Mitchell is against the wall pretty much,
Yeah,
and his head is right behind. But what's right behind his head is
a PowerPoint.
the only outlet.
Huzzah!
Oh, can you charge mine? The only outlet
Not there.
in the in this room, pretty much,
Is right
is
behind.
right
my head.
behind his head. We could have moved the table out, but we
That sounds like effort.
yeah, that sounds like effort. Here you go. So yeah, Mitchell, what else did you buy?
So I got that, and while we were looking around on the first level, which was where all the PC stuff was and that.
John.
That didn't sound good, John. While we were walking around on there, I saw a bunch of mouse pads, and I said earlier I collect them. And I saw an RGB mouse pad.
And
And,
Mitchell got so excited. He dragged. I went over and looked at something else. I think I was looking at plushies for like
Yeah.
Borderlands 3. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were like, dude,
I like full grabbed his
Yeah.
shirt and like
and
reached in.
dragged me over. And because I'm only like 5'9", 5'10", and you're like
I'm
6'1",
pretty much 6 foot, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
6
and
foot,
dragged
6'1".
me back. I felt like I was a child again. Keep in mind, I'm 20 and he's 16.
Yeah, like I'm the child here, and I'm also the tallest.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we were dragging Bailey backwards and forwards because I saw the Borderlands plushies and went, Bailey,
You
check
told me
this
about
out.
them, and I ran over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I mean,
I was
I'm not tall
dragging
enough to
him-
drag you.
Then
Also, I don't have a death wish.
Yeah.
Then I was dragging him back to like mouse pads
Because
and,
you
like,
do have a death wish.
mice and stuff. Because yeah, I do have death wish. And I was looking at this, and it was only what,
It was only like
$48.
40,
or
yeah,
something.
it was about-
pretty cheap.
it was fairly cheap.
And I looked at my bank account and still had like $270 because I shouted dinner Friday.
Keep in mind,
Or
this was
Thursday
the
night.
Friday while we were not at PAX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Why not? I want an RGB mouse pad.
I did warn him, like I said straight
Yeah.
up, dude, we are
Don't
going
buy
to
this."
PAX tomorrow. Don't buy a mouse pad. And you're like, nah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm not buying anything at PAX.
No. Yeah, that's what I said.
That's exactly what you said. And I said you were going to buy
The
something.
only reason I bought something at PAX is because you told me to.
No.
No,
No.
Marcus was there. Marcus remembers this.
No, that was
I do.
For the
And
no.
You bought it on your own.
No. Yeah. So, all right. So you went and bought that mouse pad, and you were like, "Look what I bought," and I was like, "Yeah, you're an idiot."
Yeah.
So we got back to the apartment, and we were sitting there, and you
Stop cutting
plugged
me
it
out,
into
you
the
dick.
wall, so that way you could try out the RGB on the mouse. I think you're out of storage.
photo. What the heck?
I think you're out of storage.
Bruh, I have like 40 gigs left on this phone. I am not out of storage.
One picture takes more than 40
Anyway,
gigs. Today I
um,
learned.
Anyway, so Mitchell plugged his mouse pad in, and he was like, "Dude, look at it." I'm like,
It
"Oh,
was
look
really
at-"
cool.
I was like, "Yeah, look at you."
It
So
was-
Saturday we get in there and we go straight into the
I look so concerned.
we get straight into the EB booth, and at first no one buys anything, but at the end was it?
It was pretty much.
Yeah.
It was the end of Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
end
Yeah,
of
so
Saturday.
end of Saturday, I was like, we're gonna make a quick stop through EB because I wanted to have double check before we
Yeah,
do.
and I wanted
And
to have
John-
a proper look because
John
I
wanted
kind of like
to-
followed Mitch through
I
quickly.
wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, you waited outside. So Mitchell, Marcus, and I went through the Mega EB store. Now, at PAX, the Mega EB store was discounted hard.
It-
Well,
like,
there
keep in
was
mind,
discount was
like
keep in
20%.
mind, we also went to the Razer store that day, and I went and bought a Razer Basilisk for quartz
Yeah, the pink
for
ones.
only, I think it was like $70.
Yeah, they were like 70.
When they were like 140, 100 around then. So I was like, this is a bargain. I'm buying this.
You got
and
one.
you
Then
bought
I
one
went
as
back
well.
and got one too.
So I could understand buying a new mouse. But while we're going through the Mega EV store, I wander off on my own a bit, and I come back to Mitchell and Marcus, and they're standing in front of the PC stuff.
standing in front of the mouse pads.
They're standing in front of the mouse pads, and I have a extended Goliath Chroma mouse pad, and I said, I have one of those, and Mitchell looks at me and goes, fuck you, and grabs one and turns around and walks away.
This is after I grabbed
Marcus
one
had
to
grabbed
buy
one.
as well.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, Marcus does not have a computer.
he's the
I don't have a computer.
He's the only one here that does not have a PC at all. He's
have
got
a keyboard.
He's got a keyboard which he hasn't even picked up yet. He's
will
got a
soon.
mouse pad, and he's thinking about buying my old mouse off me
Since he just bought a new one.
since he bought a new one. So,
Yeah.
This is Bailey bought a new
since
one.
I bought a
Yeah.
new one, yeah.
Bailey speaks in third person now.
Since Bailey bought a new one. So, anyway, we're so I said I've got one of those mouse pads, and Marcus was like, "Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna buy one." And
Marcus buys one.
Mitchell was like, "Fuck you, Bailey."
It was $77, which is pretty good for that price.
It was 77.
'Cause-
I spent $100 on one of them.
Yeah.
and $77 is a little bit cheap.
When we
pretty
say
good.
the Megastore was heavily discounted, we mean by EB sales standards.
Yeah.
They were basically nothing. They were giving them away.
So we were so I looked at Mitchell like, haha, very funny, you're joking. But then he actually gets in line and he actually buys another mouse pad right after he just bought an RGB mouse pad from another EB store. And I'm sitting there face palming so hard because this boy has literally just spent $110 on a mouse pad in the past 2 days.
He bought
It's
two
probably
mouse
not
pads.
gonna
Also,
use
I
one of
nearly
them.
made one of the workers at the EB Game store cry.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
I'm
what
not
about
even
that lady?
joking.
What did you do?
So we're sitting there, we're talking about the mouse pads, and she goes, "Why don't you just get one?" And I look at her and I go, "Because I have 5 already, and I've already bought an RGB mouse pad." And she looks at me in horror, and I look at her and grab it and turn around and look at Bailey and go, "Fuck you."
He said that in such a whisper, but it was like an aggressive whisper. It was like, fuck you. Like the emphasis in
He
the
knew
F
he was being
felt
manipulated
like-
and he still went with it.
I knew that Bailey wanted me to buy this just to fuck me up.
I didn't. In all honesty, I was like, haha, I've got one of these. Just trying to pull a casual flex. And then he was
Flex
like,
on me now, bitch.
yeah, he's like, no, I've got
got
the same
5.
one. I mean, like, at least I've only got the 2, and one of them I'm like throwing away, sort of thing, because I don't need it. And like here he is with 5.
Mine's bigger.
Like, to think about it this way, right? I've only ever bought 2.
Size matters not.
One was from Wish, and one was from EB. He's bought how many and wasted that much money? So
I'd spent $240
So who's
on
flexing
pins.
now?
So I mean,
I mean, technically, all I need to get my get a sort of gaming standard computer is the tower
There's
at
more
this
in
point.
what is it? Ah, Monka.
Monka.
Anywho.
I don't think this will be included in the Discord.
But
I mean, I can put it in the Discord if you really want. There's an NSFW chat for a reason.
but so just gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
So we so Sunday. Come to Sunday. Today was really chill actually.
Yeah, we
so
just sort of vibed. We
It
played
was-
a lot of games.
So John went and met up with Blues at around
11.
11, yeah. It was around 11. We got
He told me that today he wanted to film that video.
Yeah.
But then I got there and he goes, "Yeah, I'm not doing that video anymore." So I'm like, "Okay, cool."
But yeah, you said
And
that.
then I thought,
'cause when we left, we split and we went to the very end. So the PAX convention was laid out. That was my phone actually. Then
No, that was my phone as well.
well,
A synchronized
anyway,
notification.
We went to the very end, which was where the free PC play was.
Yeah, free play.
And we decided to jump in line and teach Marcus how to surf on CS:GO because I'm actually fairly decent at surfing now. Mitchell's all right at it, and Marcus has never surfed before.
I barely even played
And
CS:GO
I am
before.
good at it.
Yeah. So we decided to start doing that, and John messaged me being like, "Dude, that we might be able to get into a CS comp," and I was like, "What?" So I look at Mitchell, I'm like, "Dude, we need to get down to the Asus booth
Yeah,
right
Fucking
away."
hold ass to
So,
this
John,
booth.
Keep in mind,
just
when we got up to leave,
So-
I'd only just begun to learn how to properly surf.
So,
Yeah.
so John, explain
So-
They're
from your
terrible
end.
teachers.
So there's the Asus
Yeah.
booth had
You suck.
they had 5
fucking surfing
PCs
as
set
well.
up with like a back wall of monitors and that, and they held like a proper tournament with, I think they were like minor pro teams. I don't know. I'd never seen those
They were
teams.
minor pro
I've
teams.
never seen those
I've
teams,
seen a
but
few
they
of them.
were playing. And so I'm standing there in line for it with these 2 guys who were going to be on a team. And I asked one of the guys, being like, "So is there a game after this one?" Because there was a bunch of kids playing CS at the time. And he goes, "Oh yeah. After this is the tournament, and then after that we're doing some CS. No, after this there's another one. Then there's a CS tournament."
Yes.
And then these guys,
We were
hauling,
we were currently doing the free PC play. So I look at Mitchell Marcus
the
and
exact
like,
opposite end of the convention
I
center.
was like, "Boys, we need to go now." So we make a beeline for the Asus booth.
Because the people
as
that were
fast as
because the people
possible.
that were playing were like 10,
It-
11 or
it
something.
no, it was 13, 12 when
yeah,
you
it was like
messaged
13,
me.
12.
I
Something.
was like, "Oh shit!" And so I'm like making a beeline for it, and we get there, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore." And so we were like, "Really?"
Well, we got there, and we were waiting in line to go. And the guys, one of the staff says to the guy in front of us, being like, "Oh yeah, actually the next people is actually the tournament, and then after no, the next people is Call of Duty, and then we're doing the tournament." And so we're like, "You lied to me. How dare?"
So we went back to
There you
the free play, and we ended up doing 2v2s in CS:GO.
Yeah,
which
that
was
fine.
very convenient.
I would
Considering
like
there
to
was 4 of
remind
us.
them that I am absolutely terrible at CS:GO.
You've never really played
That was
it,
his
though.
first like actual.
That was my
playing
first
game.
match with real people.
So Mitchell and I teamed up against John and Marcus, which was kind of a little.
I learned the
bad.
hard way that you can't look down iron sights.
Yes.
He was trying so hard to ADS.
Yeah.
So we played for a solid like.
They
Almost
gave us
half
an
hour.
extra 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
we
was
played.
which-
It was 45-minute segments. You got to play for 45
yeah.
minutes.
They gave us
So we played
50
And
minutes.
then it was so once we had played all the games, I put my hand up to flag down one of the guys because I realized they're all like we were playing on Intel Nooks and we had like 144 hertz monitors, and I look over and I realize Marcus is playing on 30 FPS. What the hell? So I
Being-
flag a guy down, being like, "Hey, can we fix this PC?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Actually, we've given you 5 minutes more than you were meant to. You guys need to leave." And we're like, "Well,
Fuck.
He's
whatever."
Like, if you want to play more, jump back in line. And I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, the line had gotten long by then.
So we decided to make we decided to just dawdle back through. We went and got some lunch then, I think.
Yeah.
And then we went and
the food
dawdled.
was pretty good.
Yeah,
food was
no.
great.
Good.
I got a
We got the same burger.
yeah, we got a
Yeah.
Beef
bacon.
burgers. Well, I got the beef burger.
You got a
every
beef
time.
burger, but I got hot dogs, but I also got a burger with Mitchell, which was the bacon and egg burger.
No, it wasn't
Oh, no,
bacon
it was
and egg. Yeah, it had
was
a
it-
hash brown in it. I don't know that much.
It was a beef patty with a piece of bacon, a hash brown, and some lettuce on it, and it was actually really
It
good.
was really nice.
And what did you get? You got a hot dog that time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a hot dog the last 2 times.
So,
That was just nice.
we then went back to the Asus panel, and they were doing COD. So we were a bit like, grr. Right behind them, they had the
PUBG.
Red Bull Fight or Flight PUBG competition going on.
That's fun.
And
I never
just,
played it.
I kid you not, just as we got there, they were like, "We're doing the influencers versus
Community.
community game," and I went up to the lady and goes, "So what's going on here?" And she goes, "We're doing the influencers community versus community game." She goes, "How many people do we need?" And they go, 3 people. And because Marcus wasn't really very interested in playing PUBG, but
Not at
there
the
was
moment, not
John,
until I actually play a match of PUBG by
Yeah.
myself
So-
and
It's
get
not
a
very
feel
good.
for the game.
It's not very good.
It's not a great game, but
It's hyper realistic.
John, Mitchell, and I were like,
All right.
we're here. And so the 3 of us, like this is our first time being at PAX. And technically, this was an actual competition.
Yeah, this was a genuine competition.
It was a
If we had
genuine.
won-
It was
the
Red Bull.
qualifiers.
It was
We
Red
qualified.
Bull's fight or flight competition, and we were sitting there in what was the brand?
Ironman.
Omen. Yes,
Yeah,
Omen.
Omen.
Omen
That's the thing.
PC. I've actually never been more comfortable with another PC setup other than my own.
Yes,
like this,
it was so good.
it was
I reckon
the
your current
frames of
PC
it,
setup got jealous.
the frames,
I mean-
and everything. Like the keyboard and mouse actually
the
felt
keyboard
comfortable.
was so good.
actually ran PUBG.
It was really good. So
Yeah, on low settings though. I know those settings really
were,
well.
Yeah.
Mine were on ultra. Mine was set to ultra, and
Mine
it was
on low.
mine was set to ultra, and it was
I had
running.
no
it.
anti-aliasing. I'm like, is that a pixel or a person?
Mine was set to ultra, and it was running it so smooth. I loved it. So they didn't have 3 seats next to each other, and so John and I joined a team with 2 people in it already, and Mitchell ended up joining a team with.
I think
randoms.
I joined a team with some pros in it.
Yes,
I reckon they were pros.
I think they were pros too. So we it was a short game. I think it only lasted like
15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah,
I think
Because that's how the game was designed.
yeah, it was
on the-
designed.
The announcer
if,
said
if the
that
blue
the,
hit you, you died
yeah.
instantly.
Yes,
And it just keep going.
It didn't hit me instantly because I was in the blue for a few seconds and I
Yeah,
didn't die.
no, it
instantly.
takes. You know how long it
Yeah,
takes for
yeah,
it to
yeah,
damage
yeah,
you. It,
yeah.
Instead of damaging you, it just straight kills you.
Yeah, no.
No, I got hit twice in
What
the
he
blue.
meant was that the blue just kept going; it never stopped,
Oh, okay.
and it just kept going until there was nothing left.
So
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was a regular PUBG match.
No, it's not.
so it was
The
it was
announcer
to
explicitly stated, "This is not your
To be
average
completely
PUBG match."
honest,
So-
I have not touched PUBG in over a year.
So-
I'm running around. I didn't even realize you had to press F to pick stuff up.
I've played PUBG a few times.
Yeah, they were
with our
playing
friend
with a
Toby.
serious handicap.
But so we played a match and it was actually a lot of fun.
yeah,
Like every time I've played PUBG before with mates, we've ended up killing each other.
yeah, we've ended up fuck assing about.
So we
Could you
we
imagine if we did that?
just
yeah, you just turn around and shoot him in the face. You turn around, dude, what the fuck?
It's like there's 2 teams left where there's like second team and we don't want to go and play proper.
I mean,
so
I
we
reckon
kill
it'd
each
look a
other there
lot
and
like
then.
the first couple of episodes of Red versus Blue.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so we're sitting up there on this massive stage.
This is the biggest
this
stage in
this
PAX.
Yeah.
this had a like
And we're at the
staircase.
top of it.
This had a like 2 sets of rows that you needed a staircase to get up to.
Yeah.
And here we are on the very top. Like John and I were on the very left side of it.
Up at the top.
And Mitchell was on the right middle.
Yeah, I was more to the right, but I was pretty
you're
much in the middle of
yeah.
it.
I mean, it was easy
So-
to spot you. You were the only guys with coloured hair.
Yeah, so but like honestly, I loved the experience of it. We got to compete in an actual competition.
Yeah, and that we can
And
officially say that
we
have
can
competed.
officially say we competed in a competition.
wish
And
we
I
could've gone to
recorded the
CS.
like
Yeah.
like John and like our team placed 6th, which kind of sucks.
6
But
out of 8.
Mitchell, your team placed
Yeah,
second.
we were doing really good.
You guys almost
We would have
won.
been in Melbourne a little longer if you had come on.
But like seriously, like just the fact that we were like, yeah, we competed. Like we were wanting to do a CS comp in front of people.
if we did the
If we
CS
did
comp, we would have
CS
stomped people.
Yeah, we
we
would've
would have
stomped.
stomped. Like when we were playing,
We know way too much about that game.
when we were playing, like we set up key binds and everything, and I practically have all my binds.
I feel so sorry for the next person that used my PC because I bunny hop with scroll wheel.
Yeah, everybody.
And
does
so
that.
I set that bind up, and I realized after we left, like some kid's gonna launch up that game, try to scroll for their knife, and jump
Yeah,
and cry.
but like honestly, like, it was such a good experience. Like just being able to do anything.
yeah, just really
Like-
being able to just get up and
Yeah,
you know,
like not being
even just
judged
sitting
by
up
it.
there.
Like I felt like I was playing terrible. Like,
Yeah.
I shot at people.
I was
and
playing really well.
I
Yeah.
got an assist.
I played better on stage than I did at home by myself.
I mean, I filmed the whole thing,
But, like,
and
the
you guys
nerve-
did perform pretty well.
The thing
Out
that
of the
surprised me
entire
the
time
most-
I've ever played PUBG, I think I've gotten 3 kills.
the thing that surprised me the most, right, was I got up there and I was shaking. I was nervous. But then as soon as we started playing, I was like,
this is chill.
this is chill. Like, I don't even realize I'm literally like
in front of
I'm
there
right
was at least
behind-
1,000 people watching.
There was
Yes.
a lot of people watching.
Well,
us.
probably
I
because
have
they were
footage.
watching the
I
giant
filmed.
projected
Yeah.
screen behind you that showcased your every movement in spectator.
I
mode.
really hope he got the footage recorded.
I got the footage recorded. Yeah,
that's
don't
the thing
worry.
I realized as well. Like, there was a spectator camera flying around,
Yeah.
and like it was
Yeah, there was
unreal.
a lot of people watching us.
Yeah, and like the fact that like you recorded that and you actually got like me and camera right behind the massive screen. A scream?
Scream was that there?
I can't say screen. There we go. The massive screen. That's like massive proof that we were literally right there. And it was definitely experience. Like probably one of the best things about going to PAX.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
definitely
definitely
top
up there.
3 stuff.
Yes, definitely. 100%. If we definitely need to, like we were saying today, we want to make an actual CS
yeah,
team.
CS team, and
that
actually
that is
compete and stuff.
literally under the name WAAV because we're doing this. And yeah, we wanted to make sure we go out of our way and get an actual team together and actually just for shits and giggles, try.
Yeah, sort of like if any of you guys watched Shroud, who was part of the old guys club for a bit, sort of like what they did, how they actually went and competed in the qualifiers for the majors and stuff, and actually got pretty far into it. I think they got knocked out by like Singularity or something.
Probably.
Old guys club V2.
Yeah, but like even still, there's just a lot that we went through, and like in one day, like I reckon Sunday, even though it was a lot quieter,
Sunday was the best day at PAX.
Sunday was
Yeah.
the best day. Like I enjoyed cosplaying,
Yeah.
but Sunday was
Sunday
definitely
was
the
so
best day.
good.
Yeah, well, you could actually walk around Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday we could actually walk
How long have
around,
you been doing this for, John?
but
An hour and a half.
but yeah, like definitely
keep
Sunday
going.
was the best day.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I can't wait for next year. Next year is gonna be a good
Next
year.
year we need to. I mean, we said this last year. We said this last year. Oh yeah, we're gonna get big for PAX so we can do a podcast. And I mean, we got the podcast done.
We
We said we were gonna do a podcast at PAX, and we did it.
We finally started
Just
a.
not-
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
We're just not famous.
I mean, every time we start a podcast, we upload it and then we kind of keep it private, and we're just like, ah.
Well, I have it on another channel. I started a dedicated channel for this, which has. I'm gonna have the old episodes in a playlist, because that is kind of. And then we say, oh yeah, we'll do it regularly, and then 2 months will pass, and be like, oh hey, why don't we do it again? Because we'll be all at my place with Reese editing, and
Yeah.
we'll get drunk.
I mean, like we're sitting here like having like ice cream and like a drink sort of thing.
Lovely ice cream.
And like we're just talking
Which is now a
about.
slushy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we've got- we-
mine
we've-
doesn't exist anymore.
I'm thinking about putting mine back in the
Ours
freezer.
is a slushy, so I put it back.
Oh,
Did
But,
you didn't finish it?
No, it's the slushy.
am I the only
But,
one that finished it?
No, I've got some left, but
No, I'm finished.
Mitchell and
Yeah,
I
I've got some
shared.
left.
Mitchell
Yeah, we
and I
shared
shared
one.
an ice cream.
By the time that I had opened it, he had already vertically. By the way, he didn't eat like half of it. He ate half of it, but he didn't eat it like top down.
like,
he
like
ate
middle. It gets the middle and then stop. He
Yeah.
ate
he ate it like
He's a damn psychopath.
how you
Vertically.
cut something.
vertically. He's a psychopath.
And he had done it so precisely as well. It looked like he'd just gone.
It annoys my mum because I'll buy a tub of ice cream and I'll bring it home and I'll eat it and it will be level. And my mum gets so annoyed because she just scoops it and can't get it level. So then I'll know that she's had some. And so she's like,
Yeah.
I want to, but I can't.
But like, it's just
OCD is a hell of a thing.
back to like finally getting around to doing this podcast. Like we're here finally with Mitchell, which we've been planning on doing a mad podcast with you for so
Yeah,
long.
but it was going to be over Discord.
We were gonna do an over Discord one, but the fact that
But-
we've got you here,
I was actually thinking earlier what we could do is if we do a podcast again, but like the video,
yeah,
what we could do is we could have one of my mics set up on another chair and just have a picture of Mitchell and then have him over Discord.
Yeah.
So we can cut to him whenever I do the edit. It's just a picture of you laying against the chair.
Picture of him asleep, just in bed.
Yeah.
Or
But,
I whenever I see Camp that kid, your profile picture.
Yes.
Whenever I
Max.
see him, I think of you.
Thank you.
when you see Max,
Yeah.
shout out Camp by Rooster Teeth. If you haven't seen it, hit it up.
Oh, that Max. Right.
But yeah, no, like honestly, this trip has been an absolute pleasure. Like
Yeah.
I've loved every minute of it. As soon as we landed in Melbourne, like even before we went, like when we got to the airport, I was like, this has actually happened. We're going to Melbourne. We're actually going to the like south side of Australia.
And there's no parents.
And we're on our own. Like, cause
Yeah.
like I'm 20, you two are 19, and then Mitchell's 16, but he lives in Victoria.
Yeah.
But we're here in Melbourne, and
Yeah.
we've been to an event for the past 3 days, and we're adults.
Yeah.
We're
Adult virgins.
Well,
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
I'm an adult virgin.
I mean, it's just a name, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if
for
one
us,
of us
it's a
did
bit
get
more
lucky,
than-
does that mean we get kicked out?
no.
I mean, for some of
Once
us,
you're an adult virgin, you're an adult virgin for life.
For some of us, it isn't just a name.
It's a lifestyle.
But no, like, honestly, like,
Got to show the group.
this trip has been honestly definitely something that's been needed for a very, very long time. And
Show your friends.
Do you want to see it?
Yes, I want to see it.
Okay.
You're losing your shit.
but yeah, this is definitely something that was needed. And
You are.
Yeah.
we are all like we've been friends over Discord for so long, and now like because John Marks and I went to school together, so we've known each other. But Mitchell, we've been friends for Discord for over a year. Like
Mitchell.
it's been almost 2
Hera.
It's almost coming up. Like it'd be almost 2 years soon.
Yeah.
How did we meet?
Through Siren.
And then me and him bonded over anime.
Yeah, because you like Tokyo Ghoul and yeah.
Yeah, and you called me a basic bitch.
Yeah.
He was like, "What sort of anime are you into?" And I'd been in this call for about 5 minutes, and then Siren left, and I'm sitting there like, because I didn't know Bailey at all.
And here we are, like almost
year-
2 years,
yeah.
2 years later in Melbourne, chilling after
Having a
PAX.
fucking good time.
Yeah, and with John and I, it was just we were background characters in each other's story. We knew who each other were. I knew who John was at least, but like we weren't actually.
John
at the
was
point,
the guy that hung out with the girls.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and I was there too. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
you were
I can't-
dating one of them. That's
I'm
different.
referring
Yeah, I
to
was
the primary
dating one
school.
of
We
them.
went to the same primary school as well.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, I came in very last year, and I was dating one of the girls John was hanging out with. Which when I first met you, I was like, I'm gonna beat this kid up.
I mean,
I don't doubt you.
I was.
And here's the thing, he's actually sometimes stayed true
Shut
to
up.
his-
Listen. All right. So when I was, because back when I was dating my ex, and I heard, oh, hanging out with a group of girls and a guy named John, I was like,
Hold
who's
up.
this? Who's this guy? And she goes, oh, he's just some guy that hangs out with us. And I'm like,
You right over to kid.
I'm actually coming to the school, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. And on my first day, I remember seeing you, and I was like, oh, I see why he hangs out with them.
Yeah, they all friend zoned me in primary school.
And, yeah, and then
Yeah.
and knowing my ex at the time, I was like, yeah, no, he's a pushover. He won't. he would.
The reason
not,
why I sat in a group of girls is because I'm not very physical, and girls are more emotional and mental, which I can handle.
but when I met you, John, I remember like, yeah, he's a like stupid Ed. But then like we had almost every class together that day, and I'm like, dude, this guy's a fucking G. What?
And then I remember, I don't know, we invite. I think I invited you to my Discord or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember one night, like this was like shortly after we met. We were on a
This was
Discord
the first
call.
week of my school.
We were on a
in there.
Discord call till like almost midnight.
Yeah.
Just spamming memes at each other
Oh, that
and
was-
dying in chat.
This was in my first week of being at school. I only knew John for only a week, and I had been in his Discord for over like it would have been like almost. I left school because I got home at like 5 that day, and I jumped in chat right away, and we were in chat until midnight. So it would have been about 7 hours.
I posted almost every picture in my likes folder on Twitter to him, and we died the whole night.
That was just in like our private chat. Like that was just between our.
Yeah, we were in a call together, just saying like, here's a meme, and then we died.
We didn't even play any games, and that was in our first week of being friends. And ever since then, I don't think we've gone more than like 2 days without talking to each other. Like he's genuinely like I ended up living with him for 10 months.
Yeah.
Like
Poor thing.
Yeah.
so like we're like it's definitely like I know John's gonna be around in my life for like forever, I guess. Fuck. But no, like it's I can happily say I consider John a brother to me.
Yeah. Towards the end of like the schooling thing, I kind of phased into their group. I didn't really need any introductions because I knew all the girls that friend zoned John because they friend zoned me.
I remember my first week of school. So in my first week of school, like before over the Christmas holidays, I was with my ex and we dyed my hair bright blue, brighter than yours.
Ooh.
Can we stop for a sec? Can we talk about Mitch's hair, please?
My hair's a nightmare.
So Mitchell's
It's turning into a damn Smurf.
Mitchell has bright blue hair right now.
Hang on, I'm gonna
John
film-
didn't take a photo. Oh no, actually,
Fuck, I dropped my phone.
Flawless, John. Flawless.
so John's gonna take a video. So point the video at me right first. All right. So right now, the video's at me. So
We're doing the podcast.
this
as
is
we speak.
Mitchell's hair.
Hello.
His blue hair does not stay in his hair. It actually fades on to his face.
I mean, if you look at it close enough, you can actually see it.
Hold on
You can
one
see it all over
second.
my neck
Yeah.
and stuff.
Hold on 1 second.
So yeah, my hair's guaranteed a little bit of a
The
nightmare.
pillow's
You
fine.
leave my pillar alone.
We are at a hotel currently.
That is a white
This
pillow.
is his pillow. We've been here for 4 days.
Not even.
Tonight's the 4th night.
Yeah.
So this is his pillow. This has been flipped over inside. Did it go inside out?
No, it didn't go
I
inside out.
suggested we put it
We
inside
almost put it
out.
inside out. But this is just after almost 4 days. His hair doesn't stay blue, but the fucking pillow does. So and also the towel he's been using is
Yeah, my towel's
almost blue. So like
Show us your hands.
Yours is kind of red too, though.
They're not very. This one's bad. Oh no, it's not. But it's all under my fingernails. And yeah.
And his hoodie and just everything.
Yeah,
So-
I wear a white hoodie, and the rim of it is blue.
You can call it a fashion choice.
but so
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not great.
he so look, I've got red hair. And as you can see from the video, I have like it's not bright red, but it's like you can tell it's red. So my pillow's a little not red, but you can tell that I've been sleeping on it, and so with my towel. But Mitchell's hair, whenever he has a shower, he comes out almost blue.
Listen, Bailey, go fuck yourself.
So
But he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not. That's the issue.
I mean,
man.
you're
So-
turning blue. Bailey's got red hair, and he's still fine.
yeah, so Mitchell's hair is light, obviously, so it fades. It doesn't fade; it just drips out onto his face. But what were we talking about before we went to Mitchell's hair?
Your hair.
So So
Yeah, it was
before I met up, like went to the same school as John and Marcus, I had bright blue hair, and I actually went to my school interview with bright blue hair, and they're like, "Yeah, you can't have blue hair when you come here, so you're gonna need to dye it
Hey,
differently."
my primary school did that.
And I was like, "Don't worry, I've still got a few weeks before school starts." And so my ex dyed my hair jet black. I was like, "I'm not going blonde. I'm not going brown. I'm going jet black."
Jet black really suited you, though.
But like the thing is, in the light you could still see the blue, but I got away with it because in the shade it looked black.
Black and blue is a pretty good color.
But the thing is, like, aside from John and the little group with my ex and John around, it was difficult to make friends because I had my earphones in on the few classes I wasn't with John, and I was listening to rock and metal, and people could hear it. And every person that is now my friend from that school was like, I thought you were an emo when I first met you. And I was like, fuck oath I am. Like,
Yeah.
but like, it was just, I had hair to my shoulders sort of thing. Like, it was long hair.
Like longer than what mine is at the moment.
Almost.
Probably.
No? Mine went down to the side of my face and like back down to like around
You
here.
had it like that sort of thing.
Yeah, but mine
Yeah.
also went
Yeah.
up like this sort of thing. Like, it went up into my fringe.
Yeah.
But it was I had black hair, and then in the middle of the year I got it cut and trimmed up and everything, and it looked nice. And then by the end of the year, I had brown hair again.
I mean, here's a little fun fact. Despite us having completely different styles, Bailey and I listen to the exact same music. Yeah.
True.
But I mean, like, I've always been into this sort of music.
Another thing as well I noticed is Bailey and I both listen to Jake Hill, but we listen to completely different songs by him.
Yeah, you listen to like the depressing shit.
No, he listens to the depressing shit.
I mean,
I
that makes
listen
more
to
sense.
like Septerminal and like, actually that is kind of depressing, but still, I listen to the more slightly upper beat stuff, and he
But
listens to the grrr.
you introduced me to Jake Hill because you sent me what song was it? It was Wake Up. Jake Hill's
Yeah.
Wake Up.
Dude, that's actually a
because
banger.
that one was like the heavy like screamo part. And I'm like, dude, this is a banger. He goes, yeah, this is the shitty part. I'm like,
You fucking
excuse me.
It gets
And
better.
we looked at each other like, you're wrong. But like, yeah. So Wake Up is one of my favorite songs where John
I
was
actually
like,
want to download those songs now for the thing. I actually have them downloaded, but I don't know if I have that one
But-
downloaded.
So John showed me Jake Hill, and I love Jake Hill now, and Josh A as well. I've actually got a lot of Josh A on my phone. There is a lot of depressing songs in there, but it's
I don't listen to either of them anymore. I never listened to Josh A. I sort of got into Jake Hill.
I know you did.
Yeah, I got into Jake Hill, but I don't listen to them at all anymore.
I still
faded
do.
off as well.
I still listen to them occasionally. I've got an album, and when I get bored, I just like, I'll chuck these on and start like full rapping.
Do you want to know what I listen to?
I already know.
Let me load up.
He's
my
gonna put
Spotify.
on that song.
I'm not gonna put music on, but like I listen. Well, there's Cradles, which I've been playing a bit, but I listen to songs like "Stuck in the Middle with You,"
Oh my god.
"Die Young," "I Wish," "Good Riddance," just old songs.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are old songs that are good songs.
A bit of
Like Queen.
bit of Mr. Blue Sky, you know. Yeah.
But like, no, I've always been into like rock, but then like because of like my time, because I spent 3 years with my ex, and I was 16 when I first started dating her, and I got dumped at 19, which was very upsetting.
Feels bad, man. I was with him when that happened. Oh, I was with him like
Yeah.
the night that happened.
Yeah, that you heard
I
all
was
about
on the
that.
I was on the Discord. There
But,
was a couple tears that night.
Oh, that was a mess. But because of all the time I spent with her, I have a bunch of pop songs in my Spotify playlist. I'll be listening to like screamo, and it'll end, and then a pop song will come on. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like,
What is this shit?
oh,
Listen
this
to
is
it
a
for a bit,
banger.
and then you were like, "Ah,
The tears start coming out. I'm like,
yeah."
get back in there.
Men don't cry.
I can't show weakness.
Yeah, that's everybody's though. Like if you've had a girlfriend that you really liked, like I get that issue. I was only with Emily for 3 fucking months.
Yeah, when
Can't
try
relate,
multiplying
friend
that
zoned by
like-
everyone.
Yeah, like
Yeah. So like, 3 years. Like, cause like, I'll say I during that time it was definitely the hardest part of my life. 16 and going through what I was going through. I wouldn't say I needed somebody, but having someone there made everything just better. It gave me a
everything a lot
reason to
easier.
keep going on, sort of
Yeah.
thing. It was definitely one of the darkest points of my life, and here I am, 4 years later, in Melbourne with a
With
bunch
3
of my mates.
arseholes.
Yeah, with 3 genuine arse hats.
But like I wouldn't want to come to Melbourne with any other arse hats sort of thing. Like
Yeah, we're the top shelf arseholes.
yeah, so and like it's just been an absolute treat. I actually got to see some second cousins that were down here as well. Marcus got to meet them as well.
They are
and
great people.
they are lovely girls. We talked for 4 hours or so, and we drank and got burgers. I got a burger anyway.
Mitchell and
I
I
had a
wanted
chicken
food, so we
parm.
walked over to your bloody thing.
Which was like
Yeah.
half an hour away.
And Bailey
Yeah,
bloody
at 9
sends
o'clock at
me
night.
down.
We
To
had
get a
to-
key
we had
so
yeah.
that we could go and get food and get back into the hotel.
Well, to
Yeah.
be fair, we didn't expect to be that long, but it was such a good thing. Like
I'm
Every
actually-
every hour, Mitch was like, "They're not back yet." I'm like, "I know," because they're at dinner.
Yeah.
And he's like, "They're not back yet."
I
I'm like,
did-
"I know,
I
they're
mean,
at dinner."
I did offer you guys. I did.
Yeah,
full
but
offer
like
you.
I'd have
I mean-
to go meet other people, and
Oh,
I
well,
struggled as it is to
Marcus-
get to here to
Mar-
sit in this hotel room.
Hold on.
Marcus is the most introverted person I know, and that's
Wait,
saying something.
Yeah, but Marcus doesn't have
John's
social
here.
anxiety.
No. I've seen you try and meet new people
Ah.
compared to John, and John does better than you. No offense, of course, but like,
It takes me a while.
Because
But,
I
like-
kind of just give up, and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" I'm not
yeah,
great.
because I've lived with you for 10 months, so I'm like, John, you're coming with me out, and you're like, and if you
It's more
disagree,
because I'm glued to my computer, and I'm like, "I don't want to go out."
I mean, I thought it
But
was
I
more extrovert than John. This is a real
throwback
eye
how many?
opener.
Throwback like a month or two, and I managed to drag you and our entire friend group out to the shopping center, not just down the road, but like a full hour's drive away. And we went out and did laser tag and went
Oh, yeah,
to
that
an
was fun.
arcade
Yeah.
and went to a burger joint. And you almost,
Oh, that place.
Yeah,
I
Champs
can't
Hut.
remember
and
now.
how good
Burgers
was that
are
night?
Betty, are Betty Burgers.
And
Yeah,
how
yeah,
good was that night?
Oh, that was great.
I couldn't stand by the end of it.
The,
But how good was
Yeah,
it?
it was
the
alright.
VR was definitely the best.
So, it was definitely like I
Even though I
know
had my
how to
arms
make it a
crossed.
fun time enjoyable for people who are kind of introverted and everything, but it was genuinely just so much fun. We got to shoot little kids, not in a weird way. Laser
Yeah,
tag.
we went to a primary school. And
It's cut.
And
We went and played laser tag for we did like a full almost an hour of laser tag.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
it's pretty
and the-
impressive until we realized that no one was listening to the rules.
Yeah. And we were getting shut at by random turrets.
Yeah, I was
around.
like, what's wrong with me?
I would
Why am I
peek a
dying?
corner and die instantly. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
where the hell is what? And then
it was
I realized,
two
oh, there's a
stories.
turret.
Yeah.
And there was two stories.
It was the two stories that I think is what killed my legs. Because by the end of it, we went and got burgers at this burger place, which were pretty good.
At least there were no
And
steps.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So when we
speaking of burgers,
once we
I gotta
finished
tell the
eating the
Hungry Jack
burgers,
stuff.
we decided we'll go home. So we all stand up, and then I go to stand up, and I collapse. And I don't mean collapse. I mean my legs turned into jello, sort of collapsed. My
it's
legs
jelly down
did
here.
not have the strength to lift me up. They had the strength to walk, but if I went to any sort of like crouch stance, I just dropped like a brick. My legs did not have the strength to like lift me up. Hi there.
Don't mind me.
What are you doing?
Looking at stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Righto. But yeah, so that was fun.
But yeah, Mike, it was such a good night, and we all
Yeah.
enjoyed it. And honestly, that's something I want to do, but like down here with everyone,
Yeah.
like not like everyone that's active on my server.
Yeah,
Could-
everybody
Could
that
you
we're
imagine
mates
if
with.
we were like the next Misfits?
that's
Oh,
that's
that
gen-
would be
that's
amazing.
something I
We're
would
like the
love to-
Queensland version of Misfits.
Honestly,
so
like-
we're the same but slightly more trash.
But like
We're like the fucking.
I
shit.
love the Misfits. Like I do look up to them. Like yeah, like they're a bit out there and like they do a lot of stuff that shouldn't be done on camera.
on camera.
But their attitude on life, it genuinely just like looking at them and watching them. I don't know what it is, but it just makes me happy to watch them. And like I know that goes for a lot of other people, and like with my outlook on life, what they're doing is definitely something I want to do, and I couldn't have asked for a better set of friends to do it with. And so that's why I thought when WAAV kind of became an actual thing, I was like, yeah,
Podcast
this
time?
this is not even just a podcast.
I'm
like,
gonna change my CS:GO thing to WAV when I get home.
Yes, finally.
I'm gonna get a computer, get
nagging it
CS:GO,
for
and
months.
like give myself a WAV.
But
Yeah.
we've been wanting to actually. I've been thinking about actually making WAV an official thing and getting people actually involved.
Yeah.
And making an actual Discord server just for WAV.
I've been thinking of doing that for so long.
So like I've got my actual Discord for people because I'm thinking about actually streaming.
So
again.
when it comes to Discord, I made my own Discord. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I've made 3 Discords. I made a public one, then I made a private one. Both of those got deleted. Then I made another public one, which still exists, but everyone that was
one's
in
using
that, every single person that was in that moved to Bailey's when he made his.
It
and
took
their
me a
mind's
while to
kinda
move
just
to
a
Bailey's,
ghost
to be
town.
honest. I was one of the diehards of John's server.
I don't know what it was, but when I made my server, because I was friends with Siren.
That was back when Siren was still it was really me,
yeah.
you, and Siren.
So, because John had his server, there was Siren and there was Barbie, and we would jump between all 3 servers, sort of thing. And no one, like, there would be a few people between all 3, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like connect the bridges. I'm gonna make a server for everyone to join, and I did. And we've got over 80 people on my server now, which
That's a lot of people.
I did not expect that. And so during this time, I was like, "Nah, this is insane. Like, this is just I did this for kind of a giggle sort of thing." But
Remember when you tried to do the Thanos snap?
Yeah,
and you didn't
messed
tell
up.
me.
So I'm very good at setting and fixing Discord servers.
He's very
I've made so many Discord servers over my time and moderated on them.
So
I hand fixed Bailey's Discord server while I was riding my bike home from work.
so,
Yeah.
okay.
Really?
So
When
I-
Bailey,
I-
hold on.
I
I just want to butt in for a sec. Sorry. When Bailey was talking about the snap, I went, I want to do the Mr. Gizmo, I don't feel so good sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when the snap happened, I was in Kenilworth camping.
So
I had no signal whatsoever.
What's this
No-
snap that you're talking
for
about?
a little context,
The Thanos snap.
When did he do one?
Can I explain the fucking thing?
you.
I'm trying to explain the
We're
fucking
at 2 hours.
So for a little
Damn.
context, I made a server. On my server, there was a lot of shit. Like there was a bunch of chats, a bunch of voice chats, and like a bunch of roles. And I thought, I don't need half of this. Like half of it's being used and half of it wasn't. So I thought, I'm gonna do a Thanos snap, and I only told John, Mitchell, and
You
Marcus.
didn't tell me. I didn't know about
Oh, no,
this until
I
now.
I told John, Marcus, Barbie, and Siren. And I said, I'm going to do a Thanos snap and half my server, so pretty much. And so I was at my mum's when I did it, and I posted a GIF of the Thanos snap.
It was you as well, you cunt.
I posted a GIF of the Thanos snap, and I messed up my server big time. Half the roles didn't work. The chats weren't working, and I was monka-essing hard. So I messaged John being like, John, fix my server, please. And John was like, I just finished work. And then 10 minutes later, I fixed it. And I was like,
Everyone was complaining to me. What did you do to the server?
Yeah,
to me?
yeah.
I'm like, I'm at work currently.
I may have like I did the Thanos snap gif, and people were like, "What's this?" And then I was like, "It's John's fault." And
Because you fixed the server. I joined back and went, all right, I like this. I think I went to school, came back, and it was all fucking changed again. And I saw in the admins thing all of this shit that John's done. And I messaged John and go, what the fuck?
So
I
in reality, it was my fault, and I pushed it onto John.
The biggest thing was he deleted the default role,
Yeah.
which I had to recreate and re-hand out to everyone.
On a phone, which
Yeah.
is annoying.
Yeah. But yeah.
So yeah, I may have like I single-handedly destroyed my server and then got John to fix it.
Somebody.
John, I broke stuff. Fix, please.
Yeah, so now my server's fixed, and it's been fixed for like ages now. But I'm thinking about creating an actual WAV server for actual WAV members, and then
we need to do CS:GO content.
yes, we need to do CS:GO content. I'm actually planning on streaming during my time with everything that's going to happen. So I'll be streaming. We need to make WAV CS:GO team. We need to make.
We can make a Twitch team as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
Ooh,
a
I could
Twitch
actually
team.
stream for something.
And I also want to make a Apex team, a team for like just other games.
Yeah, for like PUBG and stuff.
Yeah, like I want to actually stream a bunch of different actual games because I'm gonna have a lot of free time on my hands, and I don't want to be spending it at home just being bored out of my mind.
Yeah, you want to stream?
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like that sucks.
And I've actually got like
make something out of it.
I've actually got a really decent upload, so I thought I'm gonna go out of my way.
It's better than mine, and I do more streaming.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to be focusing on my streaming. I'm actually going to be messaging Siren to make a do some art for me because she's been doing that lately. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
I've spoken to Siren so long. Last time I saw Siren speak anywhere was when she had that go at Bandit.
Yeah, that was
so overkill.
Yeah. But anyway, what's the time now?
All right. It's 11 something, and it's 11:20, and we're at 2 hours.
All right, we should probably wrap it up.
We need to wake up early tomorrow, eh?
Like around 3.
Well,
Only in 4
anyway,
hours.
we so that's been our weekend pretty much. It's been
And a
pretty
lot
full
of
on, and a lot of
context and
backstory
backstory, yeah.
and just everything. So this will be the WAV podcast number 1. Thanks for tuning in. If you actually end up listening this far, we're gonna be doing more of these. Most of it will be over Discord though, because
I'm not with them.
and like there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Before we head off, I just want to make a sort of kind of announcement. My younger sister has a book out.
Holy shit!
Yeah. She's only 17 and she already has a book published.
And
It's
a book.
It's a proper book.
It's a novel.
It's a novel.
It's a damn novel.
Wait,
yes.
what's it called?
The book is called Her Human Mate. You can find it on Amazon for probably around like $15, $16.
There'll be a link in the description.
Yep.
I can probably even get an affiliate.
Yeah.
So thanks again for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's definitely been one hell of a podcast for us.
In one hell of a weekend.
Oh, it's been
It's the biggest
definitely-
weekend ever.
definitely a weekend to go down in the history books. My nose is being weird. It's making a whistle sound. Anywho, thanks for tuning in. I've been your host Gizmo, co-host Random,
It's me, random, that one.
and our guests Mitchell and Marcus.
Ayo.
Boys.
And hope to be out here soon again.
Yeet!